What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing how to make Among Us the Skeld map. Now, I don't know what I was actually going to say. There was definitely something. I don't have the vents actually connecting, although I will, hopefully, if I remember throughout the tutorial, I will tell you which vent connects to where, or what other vents, or I'll probably actually do that at the end, because I do think that is a little bit easier. Hopefully this will all be one part. We're gonna do this, I'll say this again probably, but this will end up being done room by room instead of, like, all of it. Like, the layout and then just going through each room. Because I don't want to throw a bunch of numbers at you right to start. But, yeah, hopefully, if everything goes to plan, I will do the other Among Us maps as well. That being, airship. I don't remember them, actually. I was gonna start throwing them out, but I can think of, like, airship and fungal, and that's it. Mirror HQ, I can also think of. So there's 3. And then there's this one, and then there's one other, but I don't remember the name of it. Anyway. Wait, I didn't show, admin. I should do that. With that being said, oh god, that's a wall. Enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the space we need for this is a 127 by 78. And the materials you will be needing to start off are purple terracotta, purple concrete, light blue concrete, light blue terracotta, I swear it's not just like 2 versions of every block, polished basalt, dark prismarine, purple slabs, and prismarine brick slabs, and I will say... what will I say? Guess iron trapdoors. Get those out of the way. So, starting from the front left-hand corner of your 127 by 78 grid. Cough, cough, if you made it. Now, we are starting with reactor, just in case anybody really needs to know that. But what you want to do from here is you want to start by counting backwards by 31. And on this block, you want to place going backwards 17 purple terracotta. From that, you will go back diagonally to the right by 3. Then back diagonally to the right twice with purple concrete. Then right with a purple terracotta. 2 purple concrete. 4 to the purple concrete. And then 4 purple terracotta. Purple concrete. Right with 3 purple terracotta. 2 concrete. Forward 1, forward 3 terracotta, then place a polished basalt facing upwards, 3 dark prismarine, polished basalt, 3 purple terracotta, 2 purple concrete, left 1, left with 3 purple terracotta, purple concrete, forward with 4 purple terracotta, 2 concrete, left 1, left with a terracotta, left with a concrete, back diagonally to the left with a concrete, and then back diagonally to the left, or sorry, forward diagonally to the left with 3 purple terracotta. So you should connect, if you didn't screw up the diagonals like I misinformed you. You'll have this shape, essentially. It's almost like a mushroom. Kind of, a sideways mushroom, but a mushroom nonetheless. So, you're going to want to start off by bringing everything that you just did up with 4 additional blocks of each thing. Except for the dark prismarine. Just kind of leave the dark prismarine alone. That's the actual, like, exit and entrance, so you don't really want to fill that up. You could add the doors, technically, moving. I will Basically, I think it's polished basalt and polished andesite that are the doors. That are, like, sabotageable, if that makes any sense. But yeah, for other maps, assuming that I, again, make them all, you're going to, or like, all the doors are going to end up being open. Just because. Unless there's like a door that I can make size like a door, then I can put a door in the doorway, and then you can just open the door with your fists. But your fist sounds very aggressive to open a door. I don't know why. That's so unrelated, but so true. Anyway. It will give you something like this. So now we can kind of start doing the floor, because that's really the next step here. So you want to start off by taking the dark prismarine here, and you want to bring each one left with 5 light blue terracotta, and then a prismarine brick slab. Just like that. Each polished basalt will be brought left with 5 light blue concrete, and then a purple slab. These light blue concretes are like wires running along the floor, just by the way. So now, from the front more purple slab, you want to go forward diagonally to the left, and that is correct this time, with 4 purple slabs. And then you can go left by 2 to connect into the wall. From the back, when you're doing the same thing, you're just going back diagonally to the left by 4 instead, and then connecting left with 2 again. We're going to ignore this gap for now. We'll come to it later, but not yet. From the final diagonal purple slab, as in the furthest out, which would be this one, and the one directly across from it, you want to take it and you want to go just essentially diagonally to the right, whatever way you can, with light blue concrete until you hit the wall. So from the front one, it'll be forward diagonally to the right. From the back one, it'll be backward diagonally to the right. And it'll give you this. We'll just break in the vents because they're kind of in weird spots. But you want to just fill in the rest of your kind of outer floor here in with purple terracotta. I do realize it's the same as the walls. It is like that in the game. Leave the middle alone because the middle is like shrunk down into the floor, and it's also not even purple terracotta. So, spoiler alert, it's light blue terracotta, not concrete. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I guess I am. It's kind of early. I don't know. It's Sunday right now, and I was like, I might as well record some of this before I have to stream or anything, just to get it out of the way. Alright, just like this. Also, I should make it clear, when I'm saying front, the front is this little wall right here, this little 4-block wall, with the diagonal on the left side of it. I should probably have pointed that out earlier, but I didn't really think about it because I know specifically what the front is. Maybe just, you know, I think obviously logically you'd be like, oh, the doorway is the front, but it's the right side in this situation. So anyway, on these front diagonal purple slabs, again, you're still going to take this last one, which is it's a singular one, and you're going to count to the 3rd purple terracotta to the right of it, and which I guess there's only ones to the right, and you will break it and place an iron trap door. Make sure the iron trap door is on the top half of that. So again, that is that's a vent. From the same purple slab on the back side, which would be this last one, you want to count to the 3rd purple terracotta behind it and make it an iron trapdoor. I don't know why they're not aligned. When I realized this, it annoyed me, but that's how it is, so. Anyway, this middle section here, you can break into the floor, this whole area, and fill this with light blue terracotta. I should have pointed that out. You need, like, 2 blocks down, basically, into the ground. I think. You'll need more for the vents, but just, like, don't be building this, like, as low as you can. Although, if you're on a super flat world like I am, you're not gonna have any problems if you're just building it on top of the grass. Since, as you can see, that's kind of what I'm doing. So, yeah, you should have this. So, I think we're gonna switch our orientation at this point to actually what I was saying would be the more logical thing to do, and that being the doorway being the front. So just like stand in the doorway and walk towards the flat wall. And if you're highlighting the light blue terracotta up against this wall here, you want to count forward by 3. So 1, 2, 3, and there will be a light blue terracotta sticking up here. It's in between the first diagonal again. You can clear your inventory. Oh, okay, never mind. And, okay, I'll explain that in a second. You want to get out. Polish deep slate slabs, which we'll also use for blocks, although it is a lot, so do be mindful of that. Polish deep slate stairs. Sea lanterns. Pearlescent frog lights. Polished blackstone pressure plates. Cobbled deep slate walls. Crimson slabs. Nether brick. I guess nether brick block. Technically doesn't really matter, but... And I will call it... I guess paintings. Get those out of the way. So, basically, I have a row of light gray concrete here on my original build, and I was like, what? But it's not supposed to be there. Basically, when I made this, I just made the entire layout out of light gray concrete, so it was showing, so it shouldn't be light gray concrete, but that's how I have it for some reason. Anyway, this light blue terracotta here, on top of it, place a, what am I using? Oh, this. Polished blackstone pressure plate on top. Behind the light blue terracotta, you will place 2.5, basically, polished deep slate blocks moving up. So you're going to place 2 blocks and then a slab. Left and right of the bottom block, you're going to place another block. On top, you're going to place polished deep slate stairs that face away from that middle block, and then you'll just place slabs on top of that. Behind the polished deep slate stairs, you want to place a sea lantern behind each. Going out from the sea lantern, you're going to place a polished deep slate stair that faces towards the back wall. Not that way. There we go. Just like this. It looks like a smiley face. You're going to basically kind of do the same thing you did with this stair here. You're placing a block underneath and a slab on top. And then just behind this, you're going to place 2.5 blocks again, with the slab included. On top of each sea lantern here, you're going to place 3 cobbled deep slate walls. This will be in line with your wall height. Connecting each cobbled deep slate wall to themselves and to the back wall, you're going to place sea lanterns. So you should end up placing 9 sea lanterns in total, like this. On top of each top sea lantern, you will place a crimson slab, and in the middle you will place a nether brick block. This is taller than the wall. This is one thing with the Among Us map. There's a couple things that stick over the heights of the walls. So, I mean, if you're going to make the ceiling and stuff, you're going to have to make some changes with that. You're just going to have to push the ceiling, like, up a little bit in certain rooms. This one, and I want to say it's called storage. I think it's storage. I don't remember. But, yeah, do just be mindful of that as well. Okay, so off of the left side here, the block behind the stair here, you're going to place going left of it a polished deep slate block, sea lantern, polished deep slate block, pearlescent frog light, and then 2 more polished deep slate blocks. Off of the right side, you're going to kind of do the same, but you're inverting the lights. So from this block going right, polished deep slate, pearlescent frog light, polished deep slate, sea lantern, 2 polished deep slate, and then you're actually going to place another one on this diagonal here. So it does stick forward a little bit more. You could do the same on the other side, but because of the way that the perspective is, you can't really see if it's there, and I'm just going to assume that it's not. Which is a bold assumption, but the assumption I'm willing to make. Before we get rid of everything, paintings. On the front and back of this room, or I guess right and left from this perspective, you have these little, like, 1 block thick purple terracotta rows. In the middle 2 blocks of this, you want a 1x2 painting, and it wants to be this dude. Not Mario, the other guy. And I guess you could do it Mario as well, but you want the same one on both sides. That's really all that matters. Not you. Not you again. Okay, really? There we go. So, yeah, just like that. That's like the bulk of the room done. However, that's not the full room done. So we're really 2 materials short. That's just wild. Clear inventory. Get out. Smooth quartz stairs. Yeah, I guess, yeah, smooth quartz stairs and smooth quartz slabs, whatever order you want to get them in. I'll leave them in that order. And you also want to get out mud bricks. This will just kind of start us into the hallway. Light gray terracotta. Purple terracotta again. Polished deep slate slabs again, which we will again also use for blocks. Again, that's too many agains. Green terracotta. Stone slabs. And acacia signs. This is a block you're probably going to see a lot, these signs. So, first off, before we leave this room, the polished deep slate blocks left and right of the light blue terracotta here. Off the sides of them, you're going to place an upside down smooth quartz slab with a stair off the side of that that'll face into it. These are like little pipes that stick out. Just like that. That is reactor done. Pretty easy. Now, direct your attention back as if this is the front wall again. So we're just basically going off of the grid. I would recommend actually punching out your grid corners as well. Unless you don't want to. I mean, you could always just, like, place, like, a couple blocks here to mark the front, maybe back, left, right, and whatever. Just so you kind of have them for reference, because I am going to revert to the grid logic a lot. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to take these 3 dark prismarine here. And, well, actually, you want to take the middle. No, I guess you take each one. And you want to bring each one right with a mud brick and then a purple terracotta. Take the middle purple terracotta and bring it right an additional 2. And then you can just place the mud brick, or 2 mud brick right of the other 2 purple terracottas. So what we want to do now is you want to, from each polished basalt row, you want to place 4 light gray terracotta moving right. Then from each one at that point, you want to take them and bring them forward and or backward by 8. Just like that. What I'm going to tell you to do is, it's a little weird, however, it is probably more logical. What am I facing right now? Oh, there we go. So, if you're at the front here, you're going to leave this first light gray terracotta alone, and you want to take the second one back and bring it right with 3 mud bricks. Every other light gray terracotta behind this, you're doing the same with, and also, I guess, where the mud brick and purple terracotta thing is, you also want to bring that right. Just like that. Take the purple terracotta and just trace it across this mud brick, and to the right here, you're going to place 3 green terracotta. Bring this and the green terracotta forward and backward by 1 each, and then place a row of mud brick to the right. And then you can just kind of fill in any gaps that you have right there. So, you kind of want to copy the light gray terracotta setup that you have on the other side. So you're just basically kind of surrounding the mud brick with it. Except for on the, like, ends of the 3 blocks, you're leaving those open. But it is kind of the same pattern that you're going to have. And you will end up sticking... Never mind, you won't end up sticking anywhere. You're going to have this, essentially. Pretty simple. Bring each light gray terracotta up with an additional 4 light gray terracotta. This hallway is kind of easy. There's a lot of hallways, though, that I am just kind of giving you a fair warning right now. They are very kind of tedious because of the way that they're made. But we'll get there, I think, pretty soon, actually. Because regardless of which way we go, whether we do upper engine or lower engine, we're running into another hallway. Granted, the one by upper engine is smaller than the lower engine one. Because the lower engine one goes all the way around and past electrical into storage. But the top one is just past medbay into cafe. So, Just like that. There you go. Before we clear inventory, there's a couple like small things in this hallway. So on the left side, first off, where you have your reactor sign, which is what this like T is, take the dark prismarine here and find the block just right of it, this mud brick. Place a polished deep slate on top. Bring that right with 2 upside down polished deep slate slabs and then another polished deep slate block. Bring each upside down slab up with a normal slab. On the right side here, where the security, I think that's what it says. Whatever it says. On the floor in green. On the back wall here, you're going to go left to right and place 3 upside down stone slabs and then a normal stone slab. On top of the middle upside down stone slab, you want an acacia sign with nothing on it. This is the... Is it an electrical thing or is it a... I think it's an electrical thing. Yeah, should be. I'll try to remember and tell you most of the tasks. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them memorized. So, yeah. Clear your inventory and you want to get out. Light gray concrete. Waxed, weathered, copper. I'm so good. Dark prismarine. Coppers always throw me off every time. And what else will we call it? Black concrete. Gray concrete. I'm just remembering something I think we forgot in Reactor. So, cyan terracotta and warped buttons for that. And I will call it spruce slabs. And I guess polished blackstone. So just come back into Reactor real quick. Yeah, we did forget it. At the kind of like back left here where these diagonals are, or where this polished deep set is on the diagonal, you're going to place, just continuing along the diagonal, 2 cyan terracotta. Bring each one up by 1 and then place warp buttons off of what will be the front faces of them from the front of the grid. Just like that. Going back over to... I needed that, not really. Going back over to security. You want to... Right of the mud bricks here, you want to place a row of dark prismarine. You can actually get rid of your cyan terracotta and warp buttons because we need to get out polished andesite. And I'll just say the iron trapdoor for the vent. That's a good point, I think, to go with. And on either side of the dark prismarine, you want to place a polished andesite and bring it up by 4. Let's go from the front one to do this. So from this front polished andesite row, you're going to bring the bottom block right with a light gray concrete. Forward by 5. Right by 8. Back by 13. Back diagonally to the left by 3. Left 2. Forward diagonally to the left by 3, and then forward 4. And you should have this. Again, bring each light gray concrete up with 4 additional light gray concrete. Just like this. Pretty easy. You can do the corners, you don't have to. I am just kind of placing them because I might as well. Plus, it also will help later for a not required step, but something that does make it look a little nicer. Just like that. Take the whole middle here, and you want to just fill it in with wax weathered copper. There's a couple blocks you will have to destroy at the back of the room from the, or I guess the front of the room, actually. So. Yeah. But I'm not gonna, I'll just break them. So, again, what you want to do is you want to come to the front of the room here, and this front row of copper, you want to break the entire thing. You'll break off or back on the left and right rows by 2, and then fill this whole thing with polished blackstone. Find the center backmost copper, and you want to find and you want to count right from it by 1, and break this one and place an iron trap door. It's another vent. From the polished blackstone here on the right, you want to leave a 1 block gap, and on the second copper, on top of it, you'll place going back 4 upside down spruce slabs. Bring each spruce slab left an additional row, and that back one will be brought left another one. Like that. Along the back wall here, you'll just take this bottom row in the little, like, kind of 3-block divot here, and you'll just place upside down spruce slabs. Above that, you will break 2 rows of light gray concrete, and you will also break on the diagonal, like the top more of those 2 out, and fill this whole thing with black concrete. This is, okay, so it's 3 separate monitors is what this is. Obviously it's not a lot of room, so I did have to make do with that, but anyway. This left more black concrete. Underneath it, you're going to place 2 gray concrete. You're going to place another set of 2 forward diagonally to the left from it. That should be all we need from this set of materials. I believe so, yes. So you can clear inventory, and you want to get out birch signs. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of signs. Oak stairs. Weighted pressure plate. I want to say it's the light one. No, it's the heavy one, the iron one. I don't use those, man. Oak pressure plate. Stone pressure plate. And stone brick slabs, and I think that's everything we need to finish the room. I guess to kind of keep going forward, I'm going to tell you to get out dark prismarine, polished andesite, and light gray terracotta. That'll just help us go. I guess upper engine will go. And then we'll come back down and around eventually. It all does kind of loop together, which is nice. So, we actually missed a few things, darn it. That's whatever, we'll get them. So, from the table here, this kind of weird shaped table, you have 3 blocks that are only 2 thick, and you'll take the middle of those 3 and just left of it place an end stone brick slab. In line with that, up against the right wall on this table, you're placing an oak pressure plate. Back diagonally to the right from that, a stone pressure plate, and then get rid of your oak and stone pressure plates, and get out flower pot and dark oak button. From that stone pressure plate, back diagonally to the left with a flower pot. And from the oak pressure plate, you want a dark oak button just in front of it. On this little 3-block here desk here at the back of the room, you want a iron pressure plate on top of the middle block. Counting out from that to the second copper, you will place an oak stair facing towards that, like so. On the, not up against the right wall, but it's on the back wall, but it's this rightmost diagonal. You're going to place a birch sign on the second block up here and just have nothing on it again. I don't believe any of the signs have writing on them in this build. Okay, moving along. Head kind of back in this hallway, and we're going to do upper engine now. So, to start off, behind the mud brick that you have here, you want to place a row of dark prismarine. Again, right and left of it, you want polished andesite that is 5 tall. We'll start by going right from the rightmost polished andesite, and what you want to do is you want to place 4 light gray terracotta, back with 6, let's say polished andesite, leave a 3-block gap because we don't have the material, polished andesite, 5 light gray terracotta, left with 10 light gray terracotta, forward diagonally to the left by 4, forward with 12 light gray terracotta, and then connect back right with 5. You know the drill, bring everything that you just placed up with 4 additional rows. if you want, you can copy this on the lower engine or just invert it. I'm going to do that later because we'll probably actually end with lower engine. Just because, I don't know, not that I find it easier. Well, we might as well do both engines actually anyway because they are the same. So I feel like while it's fresh in our mind, we will go down there and replicate this as the next one, and then we'll just keep going around and go to medbay. You can tell I don't plan the order, I just plan what I need to place and where. And that's all I need. I will figure it out as I go. Which I guess does not help my indecisiveness, but it's fine, I'm sure. So again, I guess if you want to just copy it, you can. It is worth noting that you could technically structure block it and rotate everything. I actually originally structure blocked it and just didn't do the walls. I just did like the middle and it worked fine. So anyway, clear inventory. Get back out the good old mud bricks. Get out red sand. These are more, I think they're wires, or they're something like wires. Gray concrete. Black concrete. Acacia fences. Oak. Logs or wood. I'm just going to use wood because there's no ceiling. Iron trap doors. And I will call it... There's an annoying amount of materials left. I guess I'll say get out andesite blocks and andesite stairs. Not polished, just normal. So, inside this room, we're going to kind of do this row by row. From the front, here you want to place, going back, 2 rows of mud bricks. You will then, behind that, place a row of red sand, and then another row of mud bricks. Going now left to right on top of that row of mud bricks, you will place 4 andesite, 7 acacia fence, and then you'll just leave the rest a gap. You will bring the end 3 mud bricks each back by 8. And also the acacia fence can be brought along with it. Connect the row of mud bricks and row of acacia fences here at the back just to the left wall. Behind this row of mud bricks, you're placing a row of red sand, and then behind that, 2 more rows of mud bricks. Just like that. Pretty easy. Before we kind of focus on this middle here, in the far back right-hand corner, you're breaking this mud brick and placing an iron trap door. Then, you're going to count to the 3rd mud brick to the left of it, that would be this one, and place 2 rows of oak wood or logs going just up, and they're going left like that. And then you're leaving a 3-block gap again and doing the same thing, or a 3-block gap instead of a 2-block gap and doing the same. And you should end up against the light gray terracotta diagonal there. Now, let's do the, like, weird, this thing here where these 4 andesite are. So you want to take the left 3 andesite and bring them each forward by 1. You'll take the, I guess, back row of andesite, and you'll bring it back an additional row, and also bring it down when you do, so it connects into the grass like that. Bring at least the outer 5 andesite, so the frontmost 3 and the rightmost 2 up by 1. And then you can place andesite stairs on top. You're going to want to cap off the top of that with andesite, and then the, not the leftmost, but the, I guess, right 2 most andesite blocks, you're placing andesite stairs behind that face back. So you have this, essentially. It will make more sense once we get the engine part in, why I did it like that. I know it is kind of weird, but... break your entire grass floor here, 1 block down, and replace it with black concrete. If you're lazy like me, you can just do a /fill command. So if you don't know how /fill works, come to, I'll say the front right-hand corner, and if you have broken down a block, you want to copy this coordinate, however you may do that. I'm going to be fancy and use Control-Alt-C. You will then come to the back left-hand corner and just stand here in the ground and do /fill, tilde, 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 which is the little squiggly lines, which you also mark your current coordinates, copy that other one in, and then you want to do black underscore concrete. Just like that. I got a prompt on my other screen for that too. I saw that pop up. I was like, what is that? If you would like to go copy, like, well, I guess I would say you shouldn't, but you could technically copy this in the other one. It's for some reason all shifted weird. You'll see what I mean when we get over there. But anyway, clear your inventory, and you want to get out red terracotta, light blue concrete, prismarine slabs, oak planks, or you could use slabs, it doesn't matter, it's literally one block, nether brick slabs, stone stairs, black stone walls, a single red candle, and birch sign, and that should finish the room, which I did not expect that to work out yet. Here we are. So, come to the right side of the gap here, and you want to, from either the front or the back, you want to leave a 2-block gap, and on the third one, you can count this from the mud brick, on the third black concrete, you replace a light blue concrete on both, and then a red terracotta in the middle. You should have this, basically. On top of it, you're going to place the reverse, so you're placing red terracotta, light blue concrete, red terracotta, and then on top of that, the reverse again, so basically copying the first row, light blue concrete, red terracotta, light blue concrete. You will take the front and back rows, and, well, I guess from the front row, you're going forward diagonally to the left a row, from the back row, you're going back diagonally to the left a row, with red terracotta, and extend it all the way until it crashes into the left wall. Which I guess is ironic when speaking about an engine. But oh well. These are some big engines. I guess to power a spaceship, that makes sense. Now, once you have done that, you want to, from the top row, you want to go up diagonally to the left with a row of red terracotta, and you want to make it a 3x3 square going left. You're going to take the back row and extend it left an additional 4, and then bring it that end block forward by 2. So you kind of have a 3x2 open here. Around the back left and right, you're going to place prismarine slabs, which will leave you with 1 block here in the middle, which you can place down a block an oak slab, or an oak plank, excuse me. Just like that. Connect the red terracotta just the rest of the way to the left. From the left here, you want to bring the red terracotta basically, or this far left row of red terracotta out on each side by 1. On the top, however, where it goes like down and kind of goes behind these stairs here, I guess left of them, you're bringing that red terracotta just up an additional 1. So you have that, basically. So this is from the right side of the build. Now, to finish the room, well, not quite, but you want to place a row of 5 nether brick slabs on the row of red terracotta that's at the backmost row of the top 3. It will be situated as though it sticks, or as such that it sticks 1 to the left and 1 to the right of this kind of fancy little hatch thing. Just like that. From this front left topmost red terracotta, that's a mouthful, you're bringing it forward with a nether brick slab, and then bringing that slab right 1 and then forward 1. From the middle row of red terracotta here on this front wall, you're going to place 3 upside down nether brick slabs going from left to right. Couple more things and it's done, I swear. In the kind of corner here of this andesite thing, you're placing a black stone wall with a red candle on top. On this little, like, 3x2 of andesite here, you're taking the top rightmost andesite block and placing a stone stair off of it. And at the back of the room, finally, between these two oak log things, you're placing a birch sign in the middle block on the second one up. That should be the room done. Yes, now I will say, if you want to structure block the engine, you can. I'm probably not going to tell you to do so because, yeah, I'm not going to tell you to do so. Although the engine and the little thing in front of it, this andesite kind of block, are the same in the other engine, which we shall do now. However, the walls and stuff are kind of situated around in a different way. So do keep that in mind. But anyway, you want to come to where the lower engine should be. And you want to clear inventory and get out dark prismarine, mud bricks, they're always back, red sand, gray concrete, polished andesite, light gray terracotta, oak, again, wood or logs, doesn't matter, andesite blocks, and acacia fence. So, first off, from the, I'll say the leftmost light gray terracotta row here on the front of this hallway, you're going to place a polished andesite off the bottom. Bring it left by 6, forward by 12, forward diagonally to the right by 4, right by 10, back by 4, back with a polished andesite, 3 gray concrete, polished andesite, 8 light gray terracotta, sorry, 7 light gray terracotta, left with 3, and then place a polished andesite, and that should connect up perfectly. Bring everything that you just placed up in an additional 4 rows, except for the gray concrete. Do leave that alone and just don't touch it. After this, we'll have the left side done, yay. Leftmost hallway and everything. And it's been 40 minutes. I was not planning on recording for this long, yet here we are. I suppose this may end up being multiple parts, then. We gotta get 2 parts out of this. But I guess we'll see, because... I guess, yeah, if you figure if 4 rooms... I'm not including the hallway as a room. If 4 rooms will take us, like, 50 minutes, I don't know about that. Okay, anyway. From the back here where you have the mud bricks, you'll notice they're 1 block short of the polished andesite. For some reason, you're having the dark prismarine here and then the mud bricks. My explanation for this is, I don't really have one. The only thing that I'm thinking is just it's the perspective that threw me off, but that's how I made it. Anyway, going back to front this time, you're placing 1 row of mud brick, 1 row of red sand, and 1 row of mud brick. Going, actually, just, except for the right 2 most mud bricks, you're placing acacia fence on top of every mud brick. It should be the leftmost 11. You know the drill here. You're bringing the right 3 most mud bricks forward by 8, including this acacia fence. And then from that, you're taking this mud brick and extending it left, and the acacia fence is being brought left with, not 7, 6 acacia fence, and then 4 andesite. Now to fill in the rest of this gap, you have a row of red sand here at the backmost row, and the front 3 are all rows of mud bricks. You will notice some proportions are just a little bit off. Just a tiny bit. Okay, what you want to do is you want to take the andesite and essentially, again, if you are remembering things, you should know what to do. Take the left 3most andesite, bring them each forward by 1. Bring that whole thing up a row and extend it also back a row. I guess you don't have to fill the middle, but I'm going to. While we actually have them, you're going to take, I guess, this middle, or this top left 3x2 of andesite and bring it all up an additional row. Just like that. It gives you a weird, like, shape, I guess. You can even leave it like that, actually. I don't really mind that. Now you can clear your inventory and get out. Black concrete. Red terracotta. Light blue concrete. Prismarine slabs. Oak planks. That's not oak planks. Did I not? Darn it. That's fine. Nether brick slabs. Just a little forgetful at times. Like right now is one of those times. Andesite stairs. Blackstone wall, and we'll go red candle. We needed another material anyway, so I won't really complain too much. So again, you should know the drill. You're breaking down in the grass and filling with black concrete. And again, for the command, I'm going to say front right, copy whatever that coordinate is, and then back left, and you're just doing the command again. Now we'll give you a second. That's candle. That's candle cake. I love how you can fill with candle cakes. Like, why would you ever... Never mind. I don't even want to know. It's such a peculiar thing, though. And again, engine will start, the third mud brick on from the front and back. You're placing your light blue concrete. Red terracotta in the middle. Inverting that row twice on top of itself. So you're kind of creating a checkerboard pattern. Now that I'm seeing it as a checkerboard pattern, that's so weird. And then you're placing a row of red terracotta back diagonally to the left and forward diagonally to the left and extending it all the way to the left. I'm going a little faster because it is the same thing. Again, you can't just structure block the engine and whatever this thing is called. You will just have to fix the floor a little bit if you do. And then from the top row, you're going up diagonally left with a row of red terracotta. Make it a 3x3. Place, or bring the back row left by 4, and then bring it forward 2. Prismarine slabs at the back, left and right. Oak plank in the middle, and then you're just connecting left again. I would actually place your andesite stairs right now. The front, right, and then the rightmost back 2. And then again, it's the red terracotta going around this left row. And then the weird extra corner block that is for some reason there. Yeah. Nether brick slabs are as follows. From the weird hatch thing, you're placing them directly behind and extending it left and right 1. From this goofy red terracotta, you're placing a slab in front of it. Right 1, forward 1. And then off the left 3most of this middle row of red terracotta on the front of the engine, you're placing upside down nether brick slabs. In the kind of corner here of andesite, you want a blackstone wall with a red candle on top. Clear your inventory, and we need 3 materials. You need stone stairs, oak, wood, or logs, because I forgot to do that, and birch signs. From the rightmost front andesite, you're placing a stone stair off the front. And this is where things are a little bit different. On the back wall, from the polished andesite, the rightmost one, you're going to just these first 2 like red terracotta. To the right of it, you're placing oak wood in front of. On the left side, it is not the first like red terracotta, but it is the second and third. And on that first like red terracotta, you'll have your birch sign, like that. Iron trapdoor, we didn't use that either. That is just in the front right. Well, we never actually got that, I don't think, but it's in the front right-hand corner. Just like that. Now, there's your, like, left little kind of batch of rooms complete. Pretty epic. So, come to the upper engine, and now, for this hallway, the materials you will be needing to hopefully make the whole hallway are gray concrete, Acacia, logs, or wood. I, again, just prefer wood for no reason, really. Polished deep slate stairs. Block of iron. Somewhere, there it is. Sea lanterns. Torches. And that's actually all you need for the hallway. So I guess to get into medbay. Polished andesite. Light blue concrete. And we'll go white concrete. And hopefully that will finish up the layout. I think so. So, what you want to do is you want to take the polished andesite here and the Backmore one on upper engine. And you want to bring it right with 6 sea lanterns. Block of iron. 6 sea lanterns. Block of iron. 6 sea lanterns. Oh, God. Block of iron. 4 sea lanterns, and then a polished andesite. From the front one, what you want to do is you want to do, going right, 6 sea lanterns. Block of iron. 6 sea lanterns. Block of iron. 1 sea lantern. Leave a 3-block gap. 2 sea lanterns. Block of iron. 4 sea lanterns, and then a polished andesite. Only take the polished andesite and block of iron and bring them each up by 4. We'll worry about the sea lanterns in a second here. I'm just realizing I forgot the main wall material. And I'm doing things wrong. So you should have this. The 2 sea lanterns that are on each side of this gap, you will bring them each forward by 1. And then forward with a polished andesite, which you can also bring those polished andesites each up by 4. Now, connect each set of polished andesite and each set of block of iron's columns together with gray concrete. The iron and, well, I guess most of it will just be front to back. This polished andesite here will be left to right, though. So you have this. Now, in the main, hallway here, ignore these 2 blocks, even though they are technically part of the hallway. You want to place acacia, wood, or logs that face front to back. So essentially, I would just go, to the front here and just spam place. And again, where you have the 2 rows here, do not place the logs in these 2 blocks. These are a little weird. Just like this. Because in those 2 rows, you're placing them going left to right. Like so. You can now get rid of your acacia wood and your gray concrete and get out polished deep slate blocks and warped... What are they called? Warped wart block. I thought it was like warped wart or something, but I couldn't remember. So, what I would tell you to do first is, essentially, if you're looking down at the hallway here, you want to take each of the sea lantern rows, and you want to place more sea lanterns kind of up diagonally out from them. So, this will make more sense, I think, again later, but essentially you're having this from that front. You'll see they're up a row, and they're also out a row, and you don't really need it behind the block of iron. Except for this one right here, you do need it there. But you essentially have something like this from the front, and you're doing the same thing from the back, which it might just be easier to place the full row and not really worry about it. Just like that. You essentially will have something like this. It's kind of weird, but it's fine. Inside of each of these gaps, you're going to place upside down polished deep slate stairs, and these are going to be paired in 2s. If you guys know how I do, the kind of, bench designs, almost, where they're, facing into each other? You want this, essentially. So, just going down the hallway, you'll place an upside down polished deep slate stair facing right, and then one left, and then one right, and etc. And all of these 6 or 4 block gaps, you're just doing this in. The gaps by the doorways, however, or the opening, is a little bit different. If you want to just leave that open for a second, I can explain that in a moment. But most of them are just kind of the same thing. These do get weird, I am just warning you, because later numbers aren't going to work out very well, and you're going to have some, like, you're going to make some decisions. So, for these two, if you're looking, I guess, from the front, which is this side, the left one, it's just a set of upside down polished deep slate stairs facing into each other front to back. On the other side, however, it is a polished deep slate block on the corner here, and it's an upside down polished deep slate stair facing into it from each direction. Like so. Now, on top of each polished deep slate stair or block, you're going to place 3 rows of warped wart blocks. There's a couple of things you could use. You could even use cyan concrete, but these walls kind of have a texture to them, so I figured that warped wart would work pretty well for that. You will certainly notice in some of these, like, specific builds, I picked some strange blocks, just to get, like, texturing right along with color. Like, I don't think this is the only time where you're gonna see, like, a block like this make an appearance. On each end of the warped nylium that is sided with block of iron, so you're ignoring the polished andesite. Basically, to each side of the top block of iron block, you're gonna place a torch. It'll look like this, essentially. There we go. Yeah, I just need to clear the old vocal cords sometimes. For medbay, it's fairly simple, I would say. From the block of, or the polished andesite, you want to take the rightmost row, and you want to bring it forward with a light blue concrete. Bring that light blue concrete right by 4. Then go forward by 9. Forward diagonally to the right by 5. Forward 2. Left by 14. Back diagonally to the left by 3. Back by 13. And then right by 4. On top of that, you will place 1 more row of light blue concrete. And then on top of that, you will place 3 rows of white concrete. Just like this. Pretty easy. A lot of numbers, but... yeah, imagine having to do all of the layout at once, though. That would just be painful. Hence why I was like, that's just not gonna be good for me or for you. Guys, I would just lose it. Okay, so. This is where things get weird. Far left of the room, you want to place going front to back a row of white concrete that amasses the full length of the wall, except it stops 1 short of that corner right there, before the diagonal. On the right side, you want white concrete going all the way down, and it's going to follow the diagonal, and it will take up the whole wall. There will not be a block missing. From either light blue concrete left and right of the doorway here, you want to place white concrete going all the way to the front, and they will connect to the front wall. However, they will have a gap in the same spot that this white concrete does here in the corner. You're just going to kind of break through the row like that. Just like that. Pretty easy. Clear your inventory and get out. Before I forget, red concrete, because I know I will. Stone. Stone stairs. Stone bricks. There was something. I swear there was something. Oh, iron trap door. Gotta do the old sussy event. Smooth quartz slabs. Smooth quartz stairs. Lime concrete. And I will call it a prismarine brick. wherever it is. Hold on, I was reading a comment. So, in the middle of the two, like, middle rows of white concrete, this 3-block area, you're just filling in the whole thing with stone bricks. Leave the gaps open on either side, but don't kind of just disregard them otherwise. Now, going from left to right, what you want is... Hold on, let me get an angle of that, because I don't know what's happening. Okay. Essentially, what you want is in this kind of corner where this white concrete is missing, you want to row stone stairs that all face forward. They're going to go all the way through, kind of going through the stone bricks, and you're going to place 4 stone stairs over here on the right. After that one, you will place a stone stair that faces right, and you will connect it forward and back, or sorry, facing left, and you will connect it forward and back with stairs that also face left. From not the frontmost stair, but 1 stair back, you will take that right with 3 stone stairs that face forward. That's your pattern. The rest of your floor is stone, untouched stone at that. There's nothing weird happening, it's just stone. I don't know, there's like weird lines in the floor. I don't know if they were wires or what they were, but I remember seeing them and trying to replicate them. At least to an extent, because I couldn't really do all of them, because it's just weird. But anyway. What you want to do is the far left row of white concrete, you will take the second white concrete counting back, which is this one, and you'll break the stone to the right of it and replace it with an iron trapdoor. Let's mark out the beds, because I do feel like these are something that we're going to need to do, because we have the materials for them. So on the right wall, because it's easier, you're going to, on the flat part of the wall, ignoring this diagonal part, you're taking the second light blue concrete back, and you're going left of it with an upside-down smooth quartz stair that faces forward, upside-down stair that faces left, and then an upside-down slab. You're essentially going to copy that behind it, except the stairs will face more, or the 1 stair will face back instead of forward. So you have this. You will leave a 2-block gap moving back into the same thing. Just like that. On the left wall, in the same spots, you're also doing them. So if you just trace one across, you'll place your upside-down stairs again. Really, it's just... You're almost creating the, square, the circle of them, except they're not connected at the end that is at the in line with the wall. My God, there you go. Pretty simple. Now, come back to the stone stairs here, and you want to be on the rightmost for these 4 here. On the one directly right of the white concrete line, which is this one right here, it's the second one over, you're going to place a smooth quartz stair on it that faces right. Right of that, place a lime concrete, and off of each, basically, direct side of the lime concrete, you're going to place a smooth quartz stair that faces into it. In the corners here, you're going to place smooth quartz slabs. This is an imposter's worst enemy, the medbay scan. Now... on the diagonals here, if you're looking at the light blue concrete, you want to be highlighting this first diagonal. You then want to go to the second one, and on the left side of the second one, you're placing a prismarine brick. Off the front side and left side of that, you're placing upside-down smooth quartz slabs. There you go. Now, before we forget red concrete, I almost did. On the back wall here, if you're on the bottom, inner white concrete closest to the doorway, you're going to count up diagonally out and break that white concrete and replace it with a red concrete. That is in case you couldn't guess, the medbay sign. Now, clear your inventory and get out. Cyan carpet. Top snow. You do need smooth quartz slabs again. Stone pressure plate, and prismarine brick stairs, and that'll finish off the room. I don't want to get anything else because it just might get complicated. So, first off, come to where you have that prismarine brick here. And you have 2 smooth quartz slabs here. Basically, off each smooth quartz slab going into the wall, you're going to place an upside-down prismarine brick stair. The front one, you're placing a forward-facing stair that is to the right of it, and the back one, you're placing a left-facing one that is behind it. Like so. On top of each prismarine brick block and or stair, you're going to place 2 stone blocks. From the leftmost 2, you're going to place, well, from the bottom, I guess, bottom left one, you're going to place an upside-down slab to the left of it with a normal slab on top. That is smooth quartz. You have 2 upside-down smooth quartz slabs here. The leftmost one, you're going to place a stone pressure plate on top of. That's a little keyboard. Now, for each of the beds, you want to, on the side of them that is closest to the wall, you're going to place top snow. Just like that. On top of the rest of the 2x2, you're going to place cyan carpet, except for the back left one. The back left one has a top snow on the back right-hand corner of it, like that. It's papers or something? I don't exactly recall, but I know it's something, so. Cafe is not going to be a fun room. So, the floor pattern in Cafe is the real problem. But anyway, you want to get out for it. Red concrete, cyan concrete, light gray terracotta, any sandstone, it doesn't really matter. You just need to see the top, so I'm just going to pick normal. Black stone, blackstone walls, and is it light blue or cyan? Wrong side. That is cyan stained glass pans. I guess I would also get out polished andesite and gray concrete because that will help us with the doorways. So, from this hallway that we just did behind medbay, you want to be on the right half of it here. And from this front more polished andesite row, you want to go forward and place 8 red concrete. Then go forward diagonally to the right by 8. Go right by 5. Place a polished andesite, 3 gray concrete, polished andesite, 6 red concrete. Then go back diagonally to the right again by 8. Go back with 7 red concrete, polished andesite, 3 gray concrete, polished andesite, 8 red concrete. Then go back diagonally to the left with 8. And then from that, you want to go left with 15 blackstone. Red concrete. Then go forward diagonally to the left with 8 red concrete. And then connect forward with 7. That was not all that bad. That's where you should have from an overhead. Now you want to take only the red concrete. Well, actually, I would start by saying bring the polished andesite up with an additional 4 polished andesite. Since that's kind of easy. And I guess a given. But what you want to do is you want to bring each red concrete up with 2 additional red concrete. Leave the blackstone alone, leave the gray concrete alone. That we'll worry about in a minute. I just want to focus on the main red concrete walls, which we will do slowly. That's perfect. That's exactly where I wanted it. Definitely not incorrect in any... Oh my goodness. So, yeah, the floor pattern, fun fact, is actually like a downscaled version of my security breach floor pattern. Haha, if you know, or if you're familiar with that, you'll have a great time with this, I'm sure. And then on top of the red concrete from there, you can place 2 rows of cyan concrete. This is probably like the coolest looking wall pattern actually in the game. When I was making it, I was like, I feel like this is gonna look bad, but it actually kind of they meshed pretty well. I liked it. Just like the I'm not even halfway done. Actually, I am halfway done. But whatever. Just like this. Now, before we do the floor, let's do the window here. So where you have this row of blackstone, the first thing you want to do is you want to just bring it up with an additional row. Take the left and the right blackstone and bring them each up with an additional 3, and then you can actually connect that third row across the top. So you just have 2 blocks available in the middle. Going left to right or right to left inside this gap does not matter. You will place 2 cyan stained glass panes, blackstone wall, 3 panes, blackstone wall, 3 panes, blackstone wall, and then 2 panes, and you can just copy it again in the top half. Now, this is where things get fun, and this may take you a little while. So, the pattern is as follows. You will have 2 rows that you're kind of copying here. And you can start however, the first row is just 3 light gray terracotta and then a sandstone. 3 light gray terracotta, sandstone. 3 light gray terracotta, sandstone, etc. And you're just keeping that pattern. They're very simple patterns if you break them down. And then the other one is sandstone, light gray terracotta, sandstone, light gray terracotta, and you're just alternating in every other one. So, with every row where you do the 3 light gray terracotta, it's going to have one of these rows on either side. However, it's not always going to line up to where you're just building straight across like this. I'm just kind of giving you the patterns because I do find them easier. Like, for example, this next row beyond that will be the same as the original row. However, it's going to start with 1 light gray terracotta instead. So basically what you're ending up doing is, I guess to put it in a better way, you're making a plus of light gray terracotta, and then you're surrounding it in sandstone. Off of each row of 3 light gray terracotta, basically you have 3 going across, it'll be the sandstone, and then you'll have 3 more light gray terracotta. You're just making plus shapes that are basically, I guess, separated by a single sandstone. And it'll give you something like this. So if you have, like, you see I have 4 of them here. It gives me, like, a 3x3 gap in the middle. Also, if you understand it, you don't have to listen to me ramble. And then you're just basically, in the middle here, you're just going to connect the sandstones together with more light gray terracotta, and then you'll have sandstone in the gaps like that. Really, it's just a grid of plus shapes with more plus shapes within those other plus shapes. I will show you once I am done. However, I gotta get there. So, yeah. I think you know what time it is. It's time to cue a time lapse or something like that. Yeah, that wasn't so bad, was it? No, it was terrible. So, one thing you may also have noticed if you, like, paid attention to the time-lapse, I started doing it in rows like this, like, diagonally. I actually did that originally, too, because it's just, like, You're just placing the sandstone, and then you're making the plus, and then the sandstone. It's not that bad, but if you were confused, there you go. That's what it looks like once you're done. Except for this sandstone down here. This is not supposed to be here. There we go. So, you can clear your inventory now, if you're done. If not, I would pause and finish before clearing your inventory. And you want to get out snow, just snow blocks, not top snow. Item frame. You want the disc fragment for Music 5. You're going to need this a lot, just so you're aware from this point moving forward. Stone slabs, black concrete, lever, iron trap door because you can't avoid it, warped slabs, and we'll go cyan concrete, and that will get at least all of the tasks in the room done, except for that one in the corner because that one's stupid. But anyway, come to the back wall, and you want to be to the right side of these windows here, and you want to count to the third red concrete. So first, second, third. You want to be on that second one up as well, and you want to break the first two that you see. And also the cyan concretes above them. Just the first cyan concrete. Fill in this like 2x2 on the diagonal with snow. On the next red concrete on the front face of it, you're placing an item frame with a disc fragment in it, and you're rotating it. It's like 5 times or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. This is the like data sending one or whatever. On the not the next red concrete, but the one after, which is the I guess second to last diagonal. You're going to break, again, the middle two and place a stone slab in place of the upper red concrete and an upside down stone slab in place of the lower cyan concrete. If you come to the back side, you can just fill that in with black concrete. This is the, I want to say it's the trash chute, but I could be wrong. On this last diagonal on the left side of it, you will just place a lever off that red concrete. Now, you want to be on the right side, which we're actually already there, and you want to be on the you want to be just left of the front more polished andesite here. If you're on, this is a light gray terracotta for me. Hey, look, it's in line on my other build. Perfect. You want to count left by 2 and forward by 2, and whatever this block is here, you're breaking it and replacing it with an iron trap door. From that iron trap door, you will count left by 4 and forward 1 and place a cyan concrete. Bring that cyan concrete left by 2. Bring that row of 3 each block forward by 4. And then you'll take the middle 3 and extend them right and left by 1 each. Essentially, if you don't want to listen to me ramble about these, they're all basically in a line. They're in like an X shape. So if you want to just kind of figure it out, the center one's in the center, obviously. But, yeah. So, actually, in order to find the center one, you want to come to this top left-hand corner where there isn't a block. And you want to count back diagonally to the left by 4. And place a cyan concrete here. Bring it back by 2. Bring the whole row left by 4. And I will actually make sure that I'm in line if I take this straight through. Yay, center. Take the middle 3 cyan concretes and extend them forward and backward, respectively. And from this, it is actually just, from each corner, it's diagonally outward by 4. So if you're in the front left, it's forward diagonally to the left by 4. Cyan concrete there. Extend it forward 2. And then bring the whole row left by 4, and you get the drill. Middle 3, forward and back. And on both, on the back left corner, it is, again, back diagonally to the left by 4. Cyan concrete. Back 2. Left 4 from each block. Middle 3, brought forward and backward by 1 each. And the final table is the same. Back diagonally to the right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cyan concrete back 2. Right 4. You get the drill again. Like so. There's your 5 tables. They are kind of spread out quite far because from each corner on every table you want to place a warp slab. This warp slab you will bring in each direction by 1, and then you will bring those out and kind of along the table's edge by 1 as well. So essentially, I guess to reiterate this, from the front right-hand corner of this table, it's a warp slab. It's brought right and forward. This front one is brought left, right one is brought back. And these will just create these little benches. They're kind of just diagonal, like almost wings is how I kind of saw them originally. Not that they can fly, but at least I would hope not. If I like walked outside and there was just a table soaring through the sky, I'd be a little bit confused. Especially if it was one of the Among Us tables. That should definitely be the plot of one of my upcoming dreams. I really hope it is, because I would certainly get a kick out of that when I woke up. But nevertheless, you should have this. Ignoring floating tables. Clear your inventory, and hopefully to finish it, you want to get out mangrove signs. Where do we even begin? I'll say top snow. That's where we begin. Flower pots. Stone pressure plates. Item frames. Bamboo button. And mangrove pressure plate. And that should finish off another room. So, come to the back left-hand corner of your whole room. We do want to do this little task thing first. And if you're on this, so basically come to the 4th diagonal from the front. So this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And on the front of this top red concrete, you're placing a mangrove sign. This is another task. I think this is either an electrical one. I think it's an electrical one. While we're here, this back left-hand table, what you want to do is on the leftmost middle block, which is this one, you're placing a flower pot. On the front leftmost block, prioritizing front, you're going to place a bamboo button. That is right there. Along these right 3, you're taking the frontmost one, stone pressure plate. Off the left side of it, you're placing an item frame. That's the top. That's so cursed. Whatever. That's a laptop anyway. On the right table here, back right. On the leftmost 3, the back one, you're placing a top snow. On the frontmost middle, you're placing 2 top snow. Or is it 3? Hold on, let me make sure it's not 3. It is 3. Right of it, flower pot. Back diagonally to the right, another flower pot. On the middle one, because it's easy, on the direct middle, you're placing a mangrove pressure plate. That is the emergency meeting button. Front right one, on the left kind of row of 3 here, this back block has a top snow on it. Middle block has a flower pot. And then on the rightmost table, on this rightmost row, or sorry, front left table on the rightmost row, you're going to take this front block, top snow. Behind it, flower pot. Back diagonally to the left, top snow. There you go. We're starting to get somewhere. Yay. Now, it is time for weapons. That's what it's called. Well, first off, we got to do the hallway to get into weapons. Clear your inventory if you still have anything and get out. Polished deep slate stairs. Sea lanterns. Warped wart blocks. Polished basalt. Acacia, wood, or log still doesn't matter. And gray concrete. So, again, for starters, from each polished andesite here on this right passageway, you're going to go right with 6 sea lanterns. And then right of that, it should be... It is actually a stripped oak, wood, or log. Doesn't matter. So do get those out. It'll make sense why it is like that later. Connecting the 2 stripped oak woods, you're placing gray concrete, and in the rest of the middle of the hallway, you're going to place just acacia wood facing front to back again. These do get very annoying to place. From the sea lanterns, again, you know the drill. It's up diagonally out from each row of sea lanterns with more sea lanterns. And then you'll just have the upside down polished deep slate stairs facing into each other thing going on again. Just like that. On top of the upside down stairs, 3 rows of warped wart. And on top of the stripped oak, you actually want 4 polished basalt on top. That will make a little bit more sense probably later. But anyway. Let's outline this room here. So, from the back more polished basalt, you want to bring it back with 4 stripped oak wood. These all should be facing up, by the way. Right with 7. Then forward diagonally to the right with 4 gray concrete. And then forward diagonally to the right with 2 stripped oak wood. Forward with 7 stripped oak. Left by 4 actually. Then place 3 gray concrete, 2 stripped oak, and then you will go back diagonally to the left by 4. And you should connect. Before we do anything else, you'll take the 2 stripped oak on either side of this row of 3 gray concrete and bring them also up with 4 polished basalt. Now, in the middle of this room, you want to break into the floor by 2 rows instead of 1 this time. This is as deep as anything will go. In case you're like, uh-oh, zoink scoobs, I'm a little too low. You maybe for the vents, but you could technically just do that with some fancy commands for some of them. I do realize you have multiple options for a good amount of them, but not all of them. And I also don't know what this one connects to, so. Or you can even have it like where it goes down and you have selections in there. Like if you're like, here, you can go to admin or you can go to cafe or whatever. I don't think it connects to admin. Maybe there's one that connects to 3, I think, isn't there? Maybe it's not this map. I don't know. But anyway. You should have this now, anyway. You're going to take the... Basically, underneath all of your walls, you're going to bring just all of it down with 1 stripped oak here on the sides. The bottom block doesn't matter because we're going to replace it anyway, but... just don't do that. I would do all stripped oak. You could technically do gray concrete in certain spots, but I wouldn't. Now, what you want to do is you want to get out... I'm just going to say get out cobbled deep slate for a second here, and fill in the floor with cobbled deep slate, just at this bottom row. I'm going to say, whatever the other one is, shield or whatever. At the bottom is the same kind of setup. I don't remember. It's a little different, but it's similar. For sure. Now you have this. So you can clear your inventory. We are going to need the polished basalt again, but that's a problem for later. And we should have brought up the walls, but that's also a problem for later. You want to get out crimson slabs, which we will use for both planks and slabs. Crimson stairs. Birch planks. Mangrove fence. Stone. Iron trap doors, always. Stripped oak wood, blue stained glass blocks, and say birch sign. So, first off, what you want to do is, in the front right-hand corner of this entire room, you want to place a crimson slab. Bring it back 1, and then go left 1. Bring each of those 2 slabs back with 2 planks. And then you're going to want to go... You want to bring the backmost, or back left plank left by 3. And you can then from that go... Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to do weird things to get into the proper angle. You go back diagonally, left one, back diagonally to the left one, and then back diagonally to the left by 2. That whole, like, curved row you can bring back with an additional row of planks. Leave these 2 here alone, because I should have done it differently, but it's fine. You want this, essentially. And then along the far left, you can actually place a row of crimson planks going from the far front to the far back. Just leave the back 2 open, like that. We will worry about that in a second, though. Back here at the right side, where you started, you're gonna just leave a 1 block gap from this and up against the wall. You're placing a crimson stair facing left. I guess to also place the other one, if you're in the back left-hand corner, you'll count right by 2, and here you'll place 1 facing right. Shall we bring up the walls? I think we should. So, you're going to take all of your stripped oak and just bring it up by 4. That's, I think, an easy starting point. And the obvious one. Just like this. Not 5, 4. We're certainly getting voice crack. We're certainly getting somewhere with this. We're almost, let's say we're like a third of the way there. Maybe half. Maybe getting close to half. I don't know. I'm bad at time measurement. Take each of the 4 gray concrete diagonals and bring them up with 3 blue glass and then a stripped oak on top. Just like so. Now, what you want to do is you want to take the leftmost gray concrete here. These 3, and you will bring each of them right by 5 with birch planks. Off of the front rightmost one, you're going to bring it forward with a birch plank, then right one, and connect it forward from there into the gray concrete. From on the back, the middle block of birch, you'll take this one, and you'll bring it back 1, right 1, back by 3, and then right of that, you'll place an iron trap door. From the frontmost gray concrete, you'll take this furthest right one, and you will bring it back with 5 birch planks. Go right 1, back 2, and then right by 3. Fill in this kind of center gap here in with birch planks. You're leaving there will be a gap in the front right, front left, and back left. Back right will be filled, basically. Just like that. Surround the outer birch planks, or place on top of the outer birch planks, mangrove fence. I mean, you could technically, actually, no, you can't squeeze through that, but it is a gap there, which is a little annoying, but it's fine, I'm sure. You'll have this anyway. On the right side here, you have a row of stripped oak in front of the blue glass. You will take the second stripped oak up on this diagonal, and on the left side of it, place a birch sign. Before we can clear our inventory, in the floor here, you want to find the point where the the middle of the 2 gray concrete rows meet. So if you trace this one right, it's going to be right here, basically. And in the floor, you're going to place a stone in place of that birch plank. You will break 1 left of it, and also break a row behind that, so you'll have a 2x2. Clear your inventory, and you want to get out. Warped stairs, wherever they are. Lime-stained glass pans. Item frame. The disc fragment again. Polished basalt. Cobbled deep slit slabs. And you also need structure voids. Now, if you do not have structure voids, you will do /give at s structure underscore void. Just like that. So, on top of this 2x2 of stone, on the back left one, you will place a warp stair facing right. On the front right one, place a placeholder block, and then on top, place a lime stained glass pane. We can just break the placeholder. Off of the front and back of that lime stained glass pane, you're placing structure voids, which will make it a full pane block. So, directly above where the vent is, you're taking the second stripped oak above it, and you're placing an item frame with a disc fragment inside of it. Rotate it 5 times, so it's like that. The blue is on top. Back left-hand corner, you're placing, going up, what I believe should be 5 polished basalt. Yes, 5 polished basalt with a cobbled deep set slab on top. In front of it and to the right of it, you're placing rows of polished basalt that are 4 tall with a slab on top from there. Just like that, and then you can clear your inventory. Alrighty, so next up, I want to do this kind of whole hallway while we get out the materials for it. So, the materials that you do need are acacia, logs, or wood. Again, doesn't matter. I'm just been using wood, so I might as well keep with that. Gray concrete. Block of iron. Where is it? There it is. Sea lanterns. Where are they? I'm, like, apparently not finding things today. Polished deep slate stairs and polished deep slate blocks. Warped wart block. Polished basalt, I suppose. And I will call it... Actually, I'll call it torches. I was going to say get out an iron trapdoor, but we'll do that later. So, first off. Start from the... Start from the left polished basalt. We're going to just do this little row first, because this one's small. And coming towards the front of the grid, which is, I guess, the open side here, you want to place 2 sea lanterns, block of iron, 2 sea lanterns, polished deep slate, and then you will go left with 2 sea lanterns and then a polished basalt. That's just all you need for that row. From the right one, it's a little bit more complicated. You'll go forward with 2 sea lanterns, block of iron, 2 sea lanterns, oh god, block of iron, then go right with 6 sea lanterns, and then just any block. I'm going to make it a polished deep slate because I can. Then forward with 4 sea lanterns, block of iron, right with 6 sea lanterns, block of iron, and... Okay, so you want to go forward from that block of iron with 3 gray concrete. I was just deciding if I wanted to do that or not. And then place a block of iron. Go left with 6 sea lanterns. Block of iron. Forward with 5 sea lanterns. And then whatever, which I'm going to make it a polished deep set again. Left with 6 sea lanterns. Block of iron. Forward with 3 sea lanterns. Block of iron, 3 sea lanterns, and then we'll stop there. You will take the last block of iron that you just placed, though, this one right here, and you'll bring it left with 3 gray concrete, and then another block of iron. Extend it forward with 3 sea lanterns, and then also backward with 7 sea lanterns. Then place a polished deep slate. Go right with 3 sea lanterns, block of iron, 2 sea lanterns, polished deep slate. Then you will go back with 6 sea lanterns, polished deep slate, left with 2 sea lanterns. Oh my god, I found the mistake again. Block of iron, 6 sea lanterns, and then a polished basalt. That was a whole lot of nonsense. So, there are a bunch of spots where you have 2 iron blocks directly across from each other. Or, alternatively, polished basalt. You will take each of those and you will just connect them together with some gray concrete. You're only doing this with iron and polished basalt. Leave the polished deep set alone. Those are just kind of corners. So, it'll give you this, basically. So, I guess, God, I was gonna be inconsistent, but I feel like being inconsistent's annoying, so I'm not gonna do that. Start with each polished deep set and just bring them each up by one. These are these kind of corners here. This will be more important later. Ah, I missed one. And then each of your polished basalt and iron blocks will be brought up by 4 with their respective material. That's not it. I block picked it, and it didn't give me the thing. I call scam. Or user error, one of the two, but I typically am not going to blame myself, and I'm going to blame the game. Okay, well that's staying there. I can't be bothered to fix that one. Chaos. And then I think you know the drill from this point. It's the fun little polished deep slate stair game. So you're going to first off place the sea lanterns kind of going around on the inside here. If you want it behind the iron, you can have it, or you don't. It doesn't really matter. But you're just going to kind of go around up diagonally out from the whole thing. At least from the sea lanterns specifically. I guess you don't really need anything else. But... and we'll do the floor after we do the walls. This floor is a little bit weirder because if I can recall correctly, there's like 49 million different directions that the wood is facing. Obviously, that's an exaggeration. It can only be facing in, what, 4 different directions? No, 2. Not even 4. I guess 3, technically, but not when you're using the wood variant. Anyway, within each of these sea lantern gaps, try not to miss any like I just did here. You're gonna just place your upside down polished deep slate stairs again. So they're all gonna face into each other. Where there's not 2 blocks, most of the time there will be a polished deep slate on one side. I would advise making your stair face towards that polished deep slate if you have an odd number. I'll show you an example whenever I actually find one, but it seems like that's not gonna happen. At least not for a minute here. But, yeah. Okay, yeah, they're all just gonna actually cooperate. That's a first. Never mind, no, I know there's a row. Is it this row? No, it's not this row. Where the frick is it? I know there's at least one, because I saw it when I was looking at the numbers. What? It's somewhere, I swear. I'm not making this up. Okay, maybe I am making this up. Here it is. Okay, here's one. So, yeah, this kind of corner here, I just have that stair facing into it. I think this one is also actually odd. No, this one is 6. I just, like, ignore it until I confirm it, basically, I think. That one's 3, and then that one, again, make it face into the polished deep slate block. I just find that to be better. There's another odd one here, it looks like. Yes. So they're all just on this end. Okay, well, this one... figure it out. I'm gonna make it facing back. Actually, you could line it up with the other side, which would make it that. And then this side, I guess I'll go facing into the... what will be stripped oak wood over here. Okay, so for directions, you're gonna start at the back here, and... yeah, I guess we'll do the floor now, whatever. The very back here, just coming out of, weapons, and... these first 5 rows will be left to right facing acacia. No, not stripped. Normal acacia wood. This whole area will be going front to back. The area between the or just I guess to the side of oxygen. I think this whole area, all 3 rows too, fully. Seems like that's going to be a pattern for us, which is good. And then everything in front of this, with the exception of the last 3 blocks down here, are left to right. Well, okay, this little area at least, just outside of the little hallway leading into navigation. The navigation hallway is also front to back facing. Which we have to do more of, yay! We'll come back to this after we do O2, I guess. And then this whole area, or this whole, oh my goodness, I cannot speak. It's front to back, this next area. Including the corner this time of the 3x3. And then after that, all of them will just face left to right. I should have done this before we did the polished deep slate stairs. It would have made it a little bit easier, but I don't know. This is what happens when I don't record it all at once. Each polished deep-slate stair and or block you will now bring up with 3 warp blocks. I had to make sure that I was getting that name right. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's warp, but that just felt wrong. Anyway. I don't really know what to say here. I hate these because it's like, it's so short to where I can't do a time-lapse portion, but it's also too long for me to ramble. Unless I'm gonna manage to do it right now, in which case then I guess it's not too long and we've discovered that I can ramble for extended amounts of time. Well, I guess, that's what you get on streams literally every day, me rambling for an extended period of time about something or other. Although I suppose that's a more, I suppose that's a more, influenced topic than this. This is just me rambling about the fact that I can't ramble very well. Which I guess is a little bit ironic when you think about it in further detail. Okay, I did it. So, now, for the torches. I only have the torches on the... Just kidding. Well, for the most part, they're only on the back wall. So, it's kind of the same thing, except again, it's only on the back ones. It's just gonna be left and right of each top block of iron. And in these kind of, like, corners here, you'll have really 2 corners. It'll be this kind of front left-ish and then the back right-ish. I'll just show you where the torches are placed. And then it's also this nav hallway has them on both sides. So you have that many torches. Basically. Well, not basically. You do have that many torches. There's a vent. Okay. I'm gonna try to remember to do the vent when we're doing nav. If I don't, it's just right here specifically. But I don't feel like getting out or wasting 1 inventory space because there's nothing in O2 that's needed for this. Anyway, for O2, you should clear your inventory and you want to get out. Bone blocks, they're somewhere. Moss blocks. Where? There it is. Water buckets, or just water if you can like hold it in your hand. Black stained glass blocks. Seagrass. Is that what it's called? Yeah, seagrass. Okay, I'm losing it apparently. Block of coal. Stone stairs. And I will call it stripped warped. Either stem or hyphae, does not matter. So, first off, what you want to do is from, we're going to say the front more polished basalt on this, like, left side here. We're just kind of to the right of Cafe. You're going to place moving forward with 3 bone blocks. They all should be facing up while we do this. Then you will go left by 12. Back by 3. Back diagonally to the right by 5. Back 1. Right 7. And then just connect forward with 1. That whole thing you will bring up to the height of the polished basalt with 4 bone blocks. Because I kind of forgot that it's important to fill in your floor. We're going to get the floor material once we fully utilize the bone blocks as far as we need them. Gotta watch the clock here. This is, I'm recording this portion the day that the build challenge video is coming out, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss that premiere, because that would be really embarrassing if I did. I like almost forgot until somebody in my Discord mentioned it. Anyway, get rid of your bone block, what? And get out lime terracotta, get rid of your baloney. And you want to, with the exception of the front 3 rows, or sorry, front 2 rows, you want to leave those open. You want to fill in your entire floor with lime terracotta. There's a little bit of another exception to this, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm not too concerned about that right now. We might as well just get it out of the way, actually. At the far left here, you're going to break this first lime terracotta here on the left. Then you'll break 1 to the right, 1 back, 1 to the right. Like that. We'll fill in this area. Actually, right now, we'll fill it in. So, first off, you want to break down into this whole area by 2 rows. Just like this. You then want to fill the bottom layer in with moss. And make sure that the surrounding edges, like below your floor and walls, is also moss. I would also take your, like, bottom row of bone block that we have and make it moss just around this area. Although, it's up to you. You can't really do it with the lime terracotta because, well, you can see it. You can't see the bone blocks other than from the edges of the glass. So, I did do it, just like that. Then you want to fill this whole area in with water just 1 block high. You could technically do 2, you just have to make some changes. And then fill the entire bottom in with seagrass. Just like that. Going from right to left now, what you want to do in this, on the top row, I guess in line with the lime terracottas, you want to place 2 black glass, block of coal, 2 black glass, block of coal, 2 black glass, block of coal, and then 2 black glass. And if you place it in the front row, you're going to place a row behind. If you place it in the back row, you're going to place a row in front. Pretty simple. And the, like, fancy little diagonal thing you have here in just the first row here, you're going to place block of coal left to right, and the back row is black glass. Fairly easy. Now, going right to left on top of this, what you want to do is you want to leave a 1 block gap, 2 stone, 2 block gap, 2 stone, 2 block gap, 2 stone, and you should end in the corner. And then again, if it's you place it on the row up against the wall, you're bringing it back a row. If you place it on the back more row, you're bringing it forward a row. On top of each of them, you want to place, on the back left stone block, you're placing a stone stair facing forward. Back right, stone stair facing left. Front right, stone stair facing back. Front left, stone stair facing right. You essentially just want this kind of. You want the combination of stairs that creates the little, like, pocket in the middle. And you're just doing that on all 4. They technically don't have to face specifically that direction, just as long as they all face different directions. Except not like that or something, because that would be dumb. There you go. Now, along the back wall, you will go right to left, and you want to place 2 sideways warp stem, 2 stone, 2 sideways stripped warp stem, not just warped. And then you will go along the diagonal with 2 more stone. Leave those stone alone, but you do want to take the 2 in the middle of the stripped warp stem and bring them each forward by 1. To finish off this room, you can clear your inventory and get out warp buttons, a cauldron, a lever, a light gray banner, blue stained glass, cobbled deep slate, and cobbled deep slate slabs. First off, you will take the 2x2 of stone here and bring each block up with 2 blue stained glass. The bottom left stone block, you'll place a light gray banner off the front of. On this back row of stripped warp stems, you will take the far right one and place a cauldron on top of it. Where you have your 2 stone block kind of diagonals here, in these, I guess, kind of where they will meet, you'll place a cobbled deep slate with a cobbled deep slate slab on top. On the block, not directly above either stone, either of these 2 diagonal stones, but 1 more up, you will place a warp button off the left face of the block, just like that. If you're on the block that this front more warped button is on, you will count down by 1 and place a lever on the front half. Then if you're on the block that lever is on, you will count 2 diagonals down and place a warped button here with 1 on top, and then you will place another set just on the back wall, or on the back row of the kind of like flat portion of the wall here on the left. That is O2 or oxygen or whatever else you may want to call it complete. Now, we have, how many rooms? I'm bad at counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, excluding hallways. So let's do nav, because nav is, I guess, easy. I don't really know. So, first off, you want to start by getting out gray concrete, cyan terracotta, blue stained glass, again, acacia wood or logs still does not matter. Never mind, I'm dumb. Red terracotta, polished deep slate, iron trap doors, and I will call it, we'll say stone and dark prismarine stairs. Before I forget, remember that vent I was talking about earlier in the hallway? Yeah, you want to come to that corner of the hallway. It's kind of the last spot where the hallway turns, and it'll be in the back center of this 3-block hallway. So right there, you will have an iron trap door in the floor. Moving back along to where nav is, you want to take from, I'm going to say the back more block of iron, and you want to bring it right with 2 gray concrete. You then want to go back by 5, right by 6, forward diagonally to the right by 5, and if you happen to have your grid, you will actually be in line with the right wall currently. You will then go forward with 4, forward diagonally to the left by 5, left 6, back by 5, and then left by 1. You will then bring each gray concrete, well, okay, yeah, bring each gray concrete up by 1. I was gonna give more than just that, but I kind of can't, so, yeah. We'll just start with that. We might as well fill in the floor, so you want to come into the back left corner here. And on this first grass, you will go forward and you will place 5 red terracotta. That first red terracotta you place, you will also bring right by 5. And then that back right one can also be brought forward by 4. You're going to essentially mirror this on the front. So from the front left-hand corner will be 5 red terracotta going back. And that first one you placed, right 4... Sorry, right 5, actually, and then forward 4. Or back 4. Jeez, I'm failing. Then from each of these furthest right, kind of inmost red terracottas, you're going to go right with 2 cyan terracotta and then connect those ends together. This little kind of banana shape here at the right side, I don't know why that's my description, you want to fill it in with cyan terracotta. Just like that. Now you have kind of like a plus in the middle of the room, which we'll fill in right now. We need monsters! It's fine, we'll get to that in a second. So in the front left and back left-hand corners, not where the red terracotta is, but just inside, you're going to have an iron trap door here. And again, I would have it in line with the top of the block. Fill in kind of the rest of the inside of the red terracotta with polished deep slate. So it's going to end up being a 4x4 of polished deep slate minus the corner. You will take this kind of rectangle that you have and you'll place acacia wood in it that face front to back again. Just like that. Now, for the walls. Let's start from the back left-hand corner of the room, and going just across, you're going to place your 7 cyan terracotta. Then what you want to do is, going along the diagonal, you want to place 3 blue glass, gray concrete, and then on this flat side, 5 blue glass, then back on the diagonal, gray concrete, 3 blue glass, and then the rest of the, frankly, room will be cyan terracotta on top of the gray. You're going to want to copy this row one more time, except the furthest, like, end block of glass, the furthest to the left, you're going to just place a gray concrete on top of instead. So it will look like this, essentially. And then from that, you can just place a row of gray concrete on top of everything. Or the walls, I should say. Although the gray concrete, cyan terracotta, blue glass are all getting brought up with that. Like so. Now, you're going to take that kind of lone blue glass on both sides, and if you're looking at it, or looking at the gray concrete under it, I should say, you're going to place a stone. And then you're going to go right, whether it's diagonally forward or backward, doesn't matter, but you're just going right and placing a stone, like that. And you will do this on both sides, giving you this. And again, with the position where those two would meet, you will place a dark prismarine stair facing to the right. The direct center here on the right wall, you're going to place a stone block. It'll be brought forward and backward by one each, and these ends can be brought outward diagonally left, which will kind of give you this. Again, it's the banana shape. The banana shape is a huge part of this build. I guess on the first cyan terracotta here, just right of the middle of the kind of stripped, or the, not stripped, why do I keep saying stripped? The acacia wood, you're going to place a dark prismarine stair facing right. So, from this point, you can press the right button on your keyboard and or controller, and you can clear your inventory, and you want to get out black concrete, monster spawners. You need 4 of them, by the way. Although they are technically replaceable if you happen to be a menace and building this in survival. You need paintings, a painting, item frame, disc fragment, warped sign. I'm gonna hope I don't forget this because this is like almost invisible. Dark oak trapdoors, warped buttons, and warped pressure plate. And I believe that's everything, actually. That's perfect. So I'm going to start with the warp sign before I forget it. Just outside the room here in the hallway, you're going to take not this bottom right warp, but one to the left, and you'll have a warp sign there. It's electrical task, I think. So, you're going to take again, this room is completely mirrored except for the tasks. The tasks are the only thing that are not mirrored. So you're going to take the polished deep slate, the middle 2 that are closest to the acacia wood, and break them, and also the block below them. Place black concrete in that bottom block, and monster spawners on top. Now, direct your attention to the desks here, and we're going to orient the room. I know it's a little late for this, but we're going to orient the room like that is the back wall that we're looking at right now. So, up against the middle of this banana-shaped little counter, you're going to place a dark oak trapdoor opened up against the middle block. Warped pressure plate on said middle block, and you'll have a warp button on either side of it. And just to the side of these dark prismarine stairs here on the left and right, you're going to place warped buttons. Turn to the left wall. On the bottom row of cyan terracotta, not in the corner, but one row out, you're going to place a 1x1 painting. I have it as the yellow one with the thing. It's not descriptive. I don't know what it is. If I could, like, memorize the painting names, then that would be helpful. If I could also get the painting, that would also be helpful. Okay, okay, never mind. I was gonna say I'm gonna give up, but there you go. And then, leaving a 2-block gap, moving right on this 3rd block, item frame, disc fragment, rotated 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like so. Leave this room as quickly and as efficiently as possible, and come to the edge of the hallway here. And it's time for shields, or whatever it's called. I don't know its official name, I just know it's shields. You want to get out for this room. Stripped oak, wood, or logs, does not matter, except, well, no, it doesn't. Cobbled deep slate. Yellow concrete. It's a fun one. Gray concrete is also a fun one. Polished basalt. Birch planks. Mangrove fence. Iron trap doors. And I guess birch sign? Like, I don't really know. Actually, no, don't get out birch. I got our ochre frog lights. So, from the... let's say the right half of the front of the hallway here. You want to place a stripped oak wood. You want to extend it right by 4. And then, hold on, I'm not prepared for this. Forward by 8. You will then go forward diagonally to the left by 6. Left by 7. Back by 5. Then left with a polished basalt. Back with 3 gray concrete. Polished basalt. Right with a stripped oak wood. Back 1. Back diagonally to the right by 4. And then right by 1. That whole thing you will bring up with 4 additional rows, except for the gray concrete. Do not touch that. You should, I think, know the drill by now for that. This tutorial is way longer than I thought it was going to be honest. I was like, yeah, maybe it'll be like 2 hours or 2.5, but I think we're going on at least 3 at this point. Or will be going on 3, I'm not really sure. I just remember because I, like, did it originally, or I had that thought originally after I recorded the first segment that was 50 minutes of, like, 3 rooms, and I was like, this is gonna be a long video. But, nevertheless, it is what it is. Break, now, okay, so first off, actually, you're gonna take the other doorway that, doesn't already have gray concrete and place gray concrete in it. Now, break down into your floor everywhere by 2 rows, except for... just kidding, actually do break everywhere. Including the row in front of this gray concrete here. That'll just help us, technically. If you want to do this with a /row command for, like, most of it, you can. That's what I'm gonna do, because we are all about efficiency here. Boop. And then I'll just do the rest by hand. You could technically do a weird thing where you, like, do the same command multiple times. But that is a little bit annoying to do. Okay, so now that you have this, I would place, first off, where the gray concrete is, I would just place 2 rows of stripped oak kind of below it like that. Ooh, that's interesting. Bring all of your stripped oak down by just 1 row, and the gray concrete at the back wall you can also bring down with a row of stripped oak. That should be all you will need. Just like that. You could technically just place it off the wall, I guess. No one will know. Except for you, but I suppose you can carry that burden regardless. So, from the front left-hand corner, you want to count right by 1, and along the floor you will go back and you will place 5 yellow concrete, right 2, back 2, oh good lord, nah, it's E again, right by 5, and then from there you will connect forward. You will also take that corner that you just connected forward and bring it right by 2 and then back by 1. Just also for fun, bring it right 1, back 3, and then from there you can go all the way to the left and stop 1 block short of your wall, which will be right here. Actually, just kidding, you will hit the wall. And then from there you will connect all the way forward, and you should connect back up with more yellow concrete. The rest of the floor here you can just fill in with cobbled deep slate. That was kind of the fancy stuff out of the way. It all connected quite nicely. I did kind of add a few parts to make that work, but they're only parts that are getting covered anyway, so who's gonna notice, right? It just made it easier to instruct. I suppose. Or I don't suppose. I just know. Okay, let's do the lights first, because I don't know, I just feel like it. The diagonals here at the back left, you have 3 of them. Well, when you go out, you're going to have 2 tall polished basalt, and you'll end up with 4 of them, like that. At the back right, you will count forward to the 4th block, so 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. You should be on the 2nd yellow concrete. And you will place 3 polished basalt moving forward that are all 2 tall. On top of every single polished basalt, at this point, you will place 3 ochre frog lights. At least in this room. Ignore anything outside of this room, and ignore the doorways. That would cause problems if you added, or if you included this. Now, start from the gray concrete here at the back, and you want to be on the leftmost gray concrete. You will extend it forward with 5 birch planks, go left 2, forward 1, and you should connect left with 4. Then I just say go forward by 2, because you might as well, and then go right by 4. Forward 1, right 2, forward 2, and then connect left with what should be 5. Yes. From the back right-hand corner, again, you want to make sure you're on the 2nd row stripped oak up. You're placing 2 birch planks forward, left by 4, forward by 3, right 1, forward 4, left 1, and then forward 3, and you should hit the wall. Everything within these lines of birch planks, you're filling in with more birch planks. If you happen to run into the polished basalt, you know you're doing it wrong. If you do it right, it'll just create a very strange shape, and you will probably take note of this. Yeah, that's what you have. Around the outer edges of mangrove fence, where there is a potential risk of falling into the unknown, you will place mangrove fence. That would mean you don't have to place it up against the stripped oak walls. Well, except for like in a corner, if you have a row started, you might as well just finish it in the corner, you know? I'll show you what it looks like specifically from an overhead. You have this now. Or should have this. I'm not, like, telling you do have this. Basically, from the middle of the back doorway, you're going to be 1 block off the wall, and here you have an iron trap door in the floor. Like that. To finish off this room, you can clear your inventory and get out lag, first off. Second off, though, polished deep slate stairs, nether brick fence, item frame, birch sign, and I guess to start on the kind of next little hallway bit, sea lanterns, block of iron, polished andesite, acacia wood, or logs, and gray concrete, I guess. So, first off, back right-hand corner of this room, you're going to be, so you have four stripped oak visible here. I'm on the 2nd row up. You will be not on the far left one, but just one to the right of it, and you'll have a birch sign. Directing your attention to the complete opposite corner, that being the front left, you will place, just going across from this corner, 4 upside-down polished deep slate stairs. And up against the left wall here, you will have another one moving kind of back that faces right. From, not the mangrove fence, just up against this wall, one more to the right, you will have a nether brick fence with an item frame off the front of it. Now, what you can do from here is, come to the exit to the left here, and from the back polished basalt, you want to place, I'm bad at math, 7 sea lanterns, block of iron, 8 sea lanterns, and then a polished andesite. From that polished andesite, you will go forward with 3 gray concrete, then a polished andesite, and then you will go back right with 8 sea lanterns, block of iron. You would want a polished deep slate here, but I'm going to place a gray concrete, just so I kind of have that general idea, because it doesn't technically matter. Then you go forward with 2 sea lanterns, right with 3 gray concrete, sea lantern, back with 1, then again what you would want is a polished deep slate, but gray concrete will suffice, and then right with 2 sea lanterns to close off the hall. You will connect the 2 blocks of irons together with gray concrete, and you want the same thing. So basically, the back 3 rows, or I guess the main portion of the hallway, is just acacia wood facing front to back. Do leave these 2 rows open here in the front, because they face left to right. Spoiler alert. So I would do that, actually. Place them left to right. Instead of waiting for the inevitable. Each block of iron and polished andesite you can bring up by 4. And then do the sea lantern thing as well, where it's, up diagonally out a row. Just like this. Bam. I would get rid of your nether brick fence quickly and get out a polished deep slate slabs. Because, so, first off, where each of your 2 gray concretes are, you are going to want a polished deep slate block on top. However, so you're going to have the same thing again as normal with the ups and unpolished deep slate stairs and all that jazz. There is one part that's different, though. This back part directly across from the doorway that is going to lead into communications, you have the set of stairs on either side, and then you will have another upside down stair in, and then you'll have an upside down polished deep slate slab in the middle. I just did it that way because I felt like it, honestly. I just got bored and figured to change. No, I did that because I figured that would probably work better than doing the stupid misalignment thing. You could do it for the other ones as well if you wanted, but it's up to you. I missed it there. Now you can clear your inventory. And I'm just going to tell you to get out the warped wart and the torches to finish this haul. So again, you should know the drill. 3 rows of warped wart on top. And these torches are just left and right of the back block of iron row. The front does not have anything. That might have just been the order that I made them in. Who is pinging me? Such a disgrace. I'm just kidding. It's in my server, too. Just make sure that I didn't screw up or something. Just like that. Now, for communications. You can clear your inventory and get out light gray concrete, white concrete, what I believe to be, I always hit the wrong button. Cyan wool, yes. I have to make sure because my PlayStation screen quality is god-awful. Light gray terracotta. Black concrete. What else do I even want to get out? Oh my god. Deep slate brick stairs. That's such a strange one out of nowhere. Gray concrete. And I will call it polished basalt and spruce slabs. Why not? So, for this wall, it is going to be alternating between light gray and white concrete. So, start from the rightmost of the 2 portions of the passageway. And I'd place a light gray concrete to start, although it doesn't matter which one. You'll then go right by 2. However, that second block will be a light gray, or will be, I'll just say a light gray terracotta. It can be anything, just make it a different block so you know. And then you will go forward by 8. All of these are the same, and make sure that they're alternating. So you have a white as this block here. This next one should be a light gray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then forward diagonally to the left by 3. I'll tell you if you need a different block for a corner, by the way. Left by 8. Back diagonally to the left by 3. back by 8. Make sure that corner is different. And then you will just connect all the way to the right. Or go right by... I guess it's 8, if I could do it properly. And you should end in line with where you started, basically. Just like that. This is kind of what you should have. It may be the completely inverted colors if you chose to do that. But, regardless. You'll have this, kind of. Bring that whole thing up with 4 rows, except you don't technically need to bring up the, light gray terracottas. Okay, well, I'm just great at placing blocks in this video game. Oh, my finger is getting tired now. This is a problem. Oh my god, it's faltering on me. No. Not all that bad, but... Come on. Okay. Good, I survived. Fill in the floor with cyan wool. Just like this. Fairly nice and fun. I don't even know anymore, man. Also, not too long after this, so you're probably getting FNAF 4 just around when you see this. But after FNAF 4 is probably going to be one of the most epic tutorials. I'm not going to say what it is because it's a secret, but be ready for it because it's pretty epic. Anyway, starting from the back left-hand corner of this room, you will go across the back row and you will place 2 deep slate brick stairs, 2 polished basalt, and then 3 upside-down spruce slabs. Bring each spruce slab towards you by 1. I would leave the polished basalt alone for now and take the deep slate brick stairs and bring them each up with a single gray concrete and then an upside-down deep slate brick stair. We're going to do the funny orientation thing. So if you turn around and look at the front wall, I guess the front wall, we're going to pretend this is the back wall. So at the far left here, in front of this diagonal, you're going to place 3 light gray terracotta. Bring it right a row, and on that leftmost row, you're placing two rows of black concrete. From the middle of the build, you're going to take the middle, what is it, like 7 or something? Yes, the middle 7 blocks, and you're going to bring them towards you with 2 light gray terracotta per block. Which will give you this. Take the far left and far right 2 and bring them towards you 1 additional block. Macaroni noodle, except really, really Minecrafty. Actually, never mind. The front left-hand corner of this, you're going to place 2 black concrete on top of, and then that row can be brought back diagonally to the right by 2. Where you place this TV screen here at the left, you want one on the right in the matching position, just like that. Clear the old inventory and get out. Warped stair. Warped door. Cyan terracotta. Dark oak trapdoor. There's multiple of them. Black stained glass. That's not it. Polished deep slate slabs. Light gray concrete. Item frame, and we'll go birch signs. You technically need 2 item frames, by the way. So, from on the right side of this, I would be on the back right-hand corner of light gray terracotta of this middle kind of desk. You'll count left by 2 and place a cyan terracotta. Place another one forward diagonally to the right by 1, but that one wants to also have a dark oak trapdoor on top. From the cyan wool directly in the middle here of the kind of macaroni noodle, you will count back by 1 and place a warp stair facing left with a warped door to the right of it. It's a nice fancy seat. You could also put warp signs on either side of the stair if you want some nice armrests. Now, on top of the light gray terracotta that is just on the left and right kind of little tables, you're going to place dark oak trap doors on the remaining 6 light gray terracotta. I don't know how I just said that sentence. I was, thinking about how I was going to do it, and then what I was saying just, like, left my brain while I was saying it. Turn back around and pretend like this is the front wall again, because... Or the back wall again, I mean, because we can. Far left, each of these 2 polished basalt, up with 2 black glass and then a polished deep slate slab. On the back left-hand block of this desk, you're placing a light gray concrete with an item frame off the front. Above the far right spruce slab on the desk, you're also placing an item frame. And if you travel across to the other side of this opening or the doorway, you're placing a birch sign up on this light gray concrete. Clear your inventory and get out. Disc fragment, you always need it. Smooth basalt. Something I've been using more and more often, I feel like. Top snow. And you need some things for a banner design. So you need a loom. You will need a black banner. If you're in survival, it's 2. And you need the banner, the, like, floral pattern. What is it actually called? Is it just called... It's called flower charge. The flower charge banner pattern. And for it, you will need a white dye. So, first off, the 2 item frames. The rightmost one, you have a disc fragment in that is rotated 5 times. Left one is just a smooth basalt. From the light gray concrete that smooth basalt item frame is on, you will place a top snow forward diagonally to the right by 1. I feel like it's a paper, but I could be wrong. Anyway, smack your loom on the floor really aggressively. Put your black banner in, your white dye in, and your flower charge in, and it will give you this. You can then place the banners on the front of the black glass there. I forget what it's supposed to be. It looks like a set of eyes, but I don't remember what it was in the thing, unfortunately. But regardless, there's another room off the list. Now we have 2 of the biggest, actually 3 of the largest rooms remaining. Admin is a fairly sized room. Storage, though, is where we shall begin, and this one also has a floor pattern to look forward to. For it, though, you need mud bricks, light gray terracotta, polished andesite, cyan terracotta, yellow terracotta, gray concrete, black concrete, yellow concrete, and I guess we'll say the jungle sign. Why not? So, to start from the front more of this kind of opening here on the right side, you want to go forward and you want to place 14 mud bricks. You will then go left by 13. Then go back diagonally to the left by 7. Go back with a polished andesite, 3 gray concrete, a polished andesite, 10 mud bricks, then go back diagonally to the right by 6, right by 6, polished andesite, 3 gray concrete, polished andesite, 3 mud bricks, and then you will just connect forward, which should be, if you want the number, 11. Just kidding, it's 9. I can't count. Let's start with the floor because I'm feeling devious. Front right-hand corner of your entire room, you will place a yellow concrete. Bring it back with a black concrete, and then another yellow. Go left with a black concrete, yellow concrete, black concrete, yellow concrete, and then from that yellow, go forward with a black and another yellow. The little 3x2 in the middle, you can just fill in with gray concrete. Now, the rest of the floor is kind of split up into 4x2 cyan terracotta rectangles. So, if you want the positioning that mine is in, because mine is sort of accurate to how it's positioned in the game, if you're gonna be specific about that. On this left doorway, you will take the front 2 gray concrete and bring each one right with 4 cyan terracotta. Surround that cyan terracotta rectangle in yellow terracotta. And then essentially this is going to be the first rectangle. So you can just take these rows going across and bring them all the way to the right. And each rectangle will again be a 2x4 or 4x2, I guess. I am actually going to take a cut for this, and I'll be back once this has all been filled in. I suppose I'll hit you with another time-lapse little thing here. Bring each polished andesite up by 4 first, before we actually get to that part. And then you can bring each mud brick up by 1, and each mud brick up by 1, and then that up with 3 light gray terracotta after that. And then I will again be back in a moment when I'm done this. Perfect. Now, before we clear inventory, remember that jungle sign. The back doorway, you will take the light gray terracotta directly left of it, and you will count from it down diagonally to the left by 1. That's where you want your jungle sign. Clear your inventory, and you will need a bunch of terracottas. They are, and I guess concretes. Green terracotta, red terracotta, blue concrete, light blue concrete, mangrove slabs, which will also end up serving as planks for us, polished deep slate slabs, mangrove signs, and cauldron, and that should finish our room. So, we'll start... Well, first off, place your cauldron in the far back right-hand corner. That's fairly easy. At the back left, just before the diagonal starts, you want a green terracotta right here. Bring it forward by 2, and in the middle of that row of 3 can be brought left and right by 1 each. And that whole thing can be brought up with a row. From the far left green terracotta, you will place 2 rows of light blue concrete forward diagonally to the left. They're also too tall. And then you will skip a diagonal, and just up against the left wall, you'll have another one. Place a polished deep slate slab on top of each. And from the back light blue concrete, you want a mangrove sign on the front of it. And this left one, you want one on the right side of it. Just like that. Pretty simple. Hold on, I need to just quickly check, because I got pinged again, and I want to make sure that it's not... Okay, it is just Nathan going crazy. From the green terracotta box here, you want to count forward by 4. So this is the first block that I'm highlighting. 2, 3, 4, and then right by 1. And you want to place going right 4 blue concrete. You will bring also each side forward by 4 and then connect together. So it's not quite a square. Bring that whole thing up with 2 additional rows, and then you can fill in the top once you've done that. Perfect, there's box number 1. Left of it, an unrelated box. Well, there's actually 2 unrelated boxes. But you'll take not this front left-hand corner, 1 block back. You will place 3 green terracotta going left. Middle one will be brought forward and backward by 1 each, and then you can just place that on top of itself. Now, on top of the blue concrete, you will count forward a row, or from this back row, you will count forward a row, and just kind of in the middle 2, you will place green terracotta with another row in front, and you want a 2 by 2 by 2, which looks like this. Just right of the bottom back right-hand corner of blue concrete, you will place 5 red terracotta. You will go forward by 4, and then connect up, and you'll have a square for this one. Bring that whole square up with 3 rows, and then again, you're going to fill in the top once you have it. Just like that. If you are in the top center, you will place a green terracotta. You'll bring it back by 2, and then again, the middle row will be brought left and right by 1, and that whole plus can be brought up with a row. Now, from the front right-hand red terracotta, that's this one, you'll place 2 light blue concrete going up with a polished deep slate slab on top. Off the right side of that top light blue concrete, mangrove sign. Just left of that bottom light blue concrete, you want a green terracotta. You want to bring it forward by 4, left by 5, and then you can connect it back into the blue. This whole thing can be brought up with 3 rows, and again, fill in the top once you get there. This is so much, my goodness. Hey, I think I'll finish it today, though. Probably. Anyway. On top of the green terracotta here, you want to take... Well, actually, you want to take the front left-hand corner of the red terracotta, and you want to place, going forward here, 3 green terracotta. This one is different, however, it follows a similar set of instructions. Middle block, left and right by 1 each. In the front right-hand corner of that, you want to place a green terracotta that extends also forward and right by 1 block each. And then you can just bring that whole thing up with an additional row of itself. Like that. Off of the front here, you want to do a similar thing. So if you're at the front left-hand green terracotta, you'll count right by 2. Place 3 green terracotta forward. Middle one, left and right. Front left-hand corner, green terracotta that is also brought forward and left, and then the whole thing is brought up another row. From the front left-hand green terracotta corner here, you will leave a 1 block gap and place a mangrove plank with a slab on top of it. Just like that. That is the little fuel thing, by the way, in case you were wondering. Let's make a little bit of a connection here. Clear your inventory, and you want to get out gray concrete, acacia wood, block of iron, sea lanterns, polished deep slate stairs, torches wherever they may be, and warped sign, and that should finish this kind of portion up that we need to do. Yes, correct. So, take the left polished andesite here, and you want to just connect it straight to the back with sea lanterns. The right side, you'll take this front one, and you will go back with 2 sea lanterns, block of iron, and then you will go right with 5 sea lanterns, and then a block of iron as well. Take either block of iron and extend it back with 3 gray concrete, and then a block of iron. Connect those blocks of iron together with sea lanterns, and this left one can be brought back to the polished andesite with sea lanterns. You should know the drill here with the acacia wood. In this hallway that connects just straight between storage and the cafe, you're going to have it facing left to right. And then the one going into admin, which is this little one, you're going to have it facing front to back. Now this hallway is kind of just a breeze. Each block of iron brought up by 4. The sea lanterns out diagonally and all that jazz. And then you will have your upside down polished deep slate stairs. Now, for the rows that are not even, this row at the right here, the upside down polished deep slate stair that faces into a block will be facing into the block of iron. In the hallway into admin, they both will be on the right side. At least, if you want to do it my way. If you want to do it your way, so be it. I'm just kidding. I mean, partially. I guess so be it then. You know, do whatever. Doesn't matter. If you've gotten this far, I'm pleased enough, so. We need Warped Wart. How did I forget that? You know, place 3 rows of your sad blue block on top of your polished deep slate stairs, because that was sad that I forgot it. I'm very upsetty spaghetti. Not really. So just broken over that. Okay, really? Guys, I'm not gonna miss the premiere. 4 minutes. Okay. Inside of the, so the, hallway just connecting between storage and cafe is pretty much done. This little hallway, though, going to admin, you'll have the torches in the top corners of the warp ward on the front and back. And on the back wood, not the bottom right warped wart, but one to the left will have a warp sign on it. Now it's time for admin. So, ignore my other account. Now it's time for admin, as I think I did just mention, but you're gonna hear it again because it's funny. The materials you need to start off on admin are light gray concrete, mangrove planks, mangrove stairs. Here's one I've never used in a tutorial before. Lodestones, acacia wood or logs, doesn't matter. I'm gonna use logs because I'm extra this time. Iron trapdoor, gray concrete, polished deep slate slabs. I'll call it lime concrete. So, starting from the back more block of iron thing, you want to start by going right with 17 light gray concrete. Then go forward with 11. Forward diagonally to the left by 3. Left by 14. And then connect back with what should be 9 light gray concrete. Bring all of your light gray concrete up with 4 additional rows. We're going to wait on the floor for a second here just because of the fact that there's a giant borehole in the center of it. Not really, that's an exaggeration. It just goes down a row. But I do like to be a little bit exaggerative, so I am going to call it a borehole. Just like this. I should totally make this another time-lapse thing, but that's a lot of work. Okay. So what you want to do is off of the front wall, you want to place 1 row of mangrove planks on the floor. Off of the left, you want to place 2 rows. Off of the back, you want to place 4 rows. And then off of the right, you want to place 2 rows. Now, do keep in mind the weird diagonal here, so it is just like that, basically. Now, in the remaining gap that you have, in each corner of it, you're going to place another mangrove plank. You will connect each of those together with mangrove stairs. And then in the center of this, you will break down a row and fill this gap in with mangrove planks. I'm going to actually do this with /fill command. Because, might as well. And then I'll wait a second for you guys to catch up. Yay. There you go. That's your quote-unquote borehole. It's not really a borehole, that was exaggerating. So, does this table float? It does not. We don't have stairs. That's just great. Come to the back right-hand corner, and you want to break this mangrove plank. You also want to break 2 forward and 2 left, and then just kind of make the difference and place a 3x3 of lodestones in that gap. In the actual back right-hand corner, again, you will place a row of acacia logs or wood just going up. From the mangrove plank just left of the lodestones here, you want to place a gray concrete on top of it. Go right from that with 2 upside-down polished deep slate slabs. Gray concrete. 2 upside-down slabs. Gray concrete. 2 upside-down slabs, and then a gray concrete. Bring each gray concrete up by 3. And then you want to take the 2 rows of light gray concrete above each slab and break them and then replace them with lime concrete. These are like fancy computer things. I don't actually know what they are for, but they're here. Before we clear inventory, come to the front left-hand corner, and from this mangrove plank, you will count back diagonally to the right by 1, and here you will break this mangrove plank and place an iron trap door in its place. From this point, you can now clear your inventory. We do need polished deep set slabs again, but we'll just get them out. We're not even going to start with them, actually. You want to get out red nether brick stairs, lime carpets, black stone slabs, item frames, disc fragments, light gray banners, white concrete, a singular one to be more specific in case that was important, and we will go with polished deep slate stairs and polished deep slate slabs. That's the last thing we got. So, let's just go along the back wall left to right. So you're going to start these 3 rows of light gray concrete to the left of the kind of gray concrete fancy thing going on. You will take the middle block of this second row up at eye level and place an item frame with a disc fragment in it. Rotate it 5 times. In each of these little panel segments that are the 2 blocks in between the gray concrete, you will have, in line with the top half of the lime concrete, upside down black stone slabs, a lime carpet on top of the right more upside down polished deep slate slab, and then you want a red nether brick stair just behind that that faces into it. However, on the middle one, that red nether brick stair actually faces right instead. That's really the only difference. Just like that. In the far right-hand corner, or this row of light gray concrete, the bottom block you will place a light gray banner off of, and then you will count up to the 3rd light gray concrete, break it, and replace it with a white concrete. That kind of looks like an exclamation point, or a colon, or semicolon, something like that. Anyway, inside the gap here that you have, what you want to do is you want to start by, essentially you want to be in the front left-hand corner. From this, you go back diagonally to the right, and you want an upside-down polished deep slate slab on this block, however you may want to get that there. Bring it right by 1. Then right with 4 upside-down polished deep slate slabs, and then 4 upside-down polished deep slate stairs, and then 2 more slabs. You can then bring each stair back with 2 polished deep slate blocks, and then another set of upside-down stairs. And on either side, you'll just have upside-down polished deep slate slabs. Just like this. Pretty easy. Get rid of your polished deep slate stairs and your white concrete, I'll say. Actually, and also your light gray banner. And get out smooth stone slab, polished diorite slab, and then waxed weathered cut copper slab. So, the front and back rows just have polished deep slate slabs on top of them from this little table. However, going front to back on the left side, you want a waxed weathered cut copper slab and a smooth stone slab. At the far right, it's just polished diorite slabs. And then in a row from either side is polished deep slate slabs, and in this 4x2 in the middle, it's just waxed weathered cut copper slabs. There's admin done. Fairly easy. Now we just have a hallway and electrical, and then we're done. Hooray. So, to start it, what you are going to need are the basic hallway materials. So those will be sea lanterns, a block of iron. Where is it? There it is. Gray concrete. I've gotten it like 8 times in this video. How do I still not find it? Polished deep slate stairs. Polished deep slate blocks. warped wart blocks, torches, and... Oh yeah, acacia wood. We need the floor material. That would be smart. Anyway, start from the front more of the two polished andesite here from storage. And what you want to do is you want to go left from it with 6 sea lanterns, block of iron, 7 sea lanterns, oh god, block of iron, 5 sea lanterns, why do none of these numbers work, and then a polished deep slate, and then you want to go back with 8 sea lanterns, block of iron, and then go left with 5 sea lanterns, and you should connect into the wall. From the polished andesite on this side, because we might as well just do it this way, this back one, you're going to go right with 5 sea lanterns, block of iron, 3 sea lanterns, polished deep slate, then forward with 8 sea lanterns, polished deep slate, right with a sea lantern, a block of iron, 2 sea lanterns, 3 sideways facing acacia wood, which is left to right, 2 sea lanterns, block of iron, and then you will end with 6 sea lanterns. We're going to do the floor now because I said so. First off, connect all of your iron blocks together with gray concrete. You should know this at this point. Pretty easy. That's all it is. Now, for the front here, it's obviously front to back facing acacia wood. This will stop, though, 3 blocks short of the far left wall. And then that is where it will switch. So just this polished deep set is the last row. And then this whole thing, just kidding. It's, this area is left to right facing, and then again you're leaving the back 3 open. So you're stopping at this block of iron here, and then the rest will just be, front to back facing again. I don't know why it's like this, but it is. Just like that. And then you should know the drill, bring each block of iron up by 4, and each polished deep slate up by 1. If you want to just, again, keep going with the hallway, you can. You don't probably need me for this part. Sea lanterns up diagonally outward from each other row of sea lanterns. Just like this. Although, do stop 1 short of the end here where electrical will be, which is just where these acacia wood are. Because I said so. No, because, it's... the wall goes in there, and you don't really want a sea lantern to be visible from that point. There you go, that's what you should have. And then again, you're going to do the same old upside down polished deep slate stair thing. Again, making sure that if it can, it's the upside down stair will face into a polished deep slate. If not, I don't know. The one, like, across from the electrical entrance, though. Remember how we did the thing with the upside down slab before? Yeah, that's all a prank. This one actually has a polished deep slate block in the middle. For perhaps one reason or another. I'm not really sure what that reason would be, but... you know, it is what it is. So we'll give you something... okay, I'm going to have these ones facing to the polished andesite, I guess. I don't know. Just try to make it consistent, whatever you do. It's kind of my main, I guess, gripe. Wow, it lines up. Crazy. I always feel like I'm shocked when things line up. Especially when it's something like this, where I don't really have any control over it. Anyway, then each stair and/or each polished deep slate stair and/or block will be brought up with 3 warped wart. Almost there. Almost there. Side note, you don't necessarily need to stick for the end, because once we finish electrical, I'm just going to be kind of going over the ceiling. I'm not going to actually build the full thing. But I'll just be going over what I did for it, and yeah. And also the vent thing. I do want to just kind of give you a quick guide of which vent goes where. Now, for the torches, it is just on either side of every single iron block this time. And, except for the, like, weird kind of, like, corner one. That one right there, that inner corner one. I mean, it is on the one side of it, but it's not on the, like, there's one right here. But there's not one here, so. There's where your torches are being placed. There's one right there, if you can see it. Wait, hold on, I'll get in a better angle. There you go. That's where all of the torches are. Before we get rid of anything, you're going to take where you have these 3 acacia wood at the electrical entrance and just bring them back with a row of gray concrete. Now, you can clear your inventory, and it's time for the final room. You want to get out for it. Spruce planks, spruce slabs, stripped birch wood, bamboo slabs, blackstone slabs, warped slabs, iron trap door, I suppose, is good to get out. Light gray concrete, and I guess light gray terracotta. So, I forgot polished andesite. Okay, there's always something, isn't there? You just need a row of polished andesite left and right of the gray concrete. So, I'm just gonna throw my iron trap doors out real quick and get out polished andesite so I can do this. That's all. And then get back out your iron trap door. From the left polished andesite row, you want to go back diagonally to the left and place a strip birch. This wants to go back by 19. They should all be upward facing as well, do keep that in mind. Then you will go right by 17. Forward 4. Forward diagonally to the left by 5. And then forward by 6. Forward diagonally to the left by 3. Left 3 and forward 1. There's your electrical shape. It kind of looks like a P almost. Except not really. Bring each strip birch up by 4. I'm going to actually do this with commands again to make it a little bit quicker. Although we'll end up changing them to stripped birch logs, which is fine, I suppose. Unless they added stripped... Maybe they did, actually. Oh, they did! How nice. Wait, never mind. That's the wrong thing. Did they add it? They did add it. That's actually nice. I didn't expect them to add it. Because it's always... I always am just using logs because I never have the wood. So, or never had the /fill wood command. But now they do. Come on, almost there. For the wall and the build. 2-for-1 deal. Okay. Fill in your floor then with spruce planks. There is going to be, well, I guess everything on top of it is just carpet, so never mind. I guess there will be spots where this isn't visible, but those are literally just, that'll become important on the next step. I missed a slab in our inventory, so that's fine. We can get it out because we don't need strip birch anymore. Just like this. There you go. Get rid of your strip birch and get a mangrove slab because I forgot about them. And you want to start from this leftmost polished andesite row, and you can bring it backward with 2 spruce slabs, a bamboo slab, 2 spruce slabs, a blackstone slab, 4 spruce slabs, then go right with 3, 2 blackstone slabs, spruce slab, back by 2, back with a mangrove slab, left with a spruce slab, blackstone slab, 4 spruce slabs, back by 3, then a blackstone slab, 2 spruce slabs, right by 5, forward diagonally to the right by 1, right by 6, blackstone slab, 2 spruce slabs, forward 2, forward diagonally to the left by 2, then forward diagonally to the left with a warp slab, forward diagonally to the left with 2 spruce slabs, and then you're just going to follow the rest of the room with spruce slabs until you reach the end. So you should have this from an overhead perspective. The placement of those will make more sense later. First off, though, in the back left-hand corner, you're going to break this spruce plank and replace it with an iron trapdoor. In this kind of longer gap here, you're going to fill this in with light gray concrete, and it wants to be 3 rows tall. Just like this. Whoa, that's not it. There we go. Just like that. At the back here, you want to go left to right in this kind of 1-block divot, and you want to place 4 light gray concrete, spruce slab, and then 5 light gray terracotta. And you can bring each light gray concrete and light gray terracotta up by 2 again. Just like that. That should be everything from our inventory. Yes. So you can clear your inventory, and we'll start with the simple stuff, which is as follows. Bamboo sign. Is that oak or jungle? I can't tell. Oak sign. Birch sign. Item frame. Disc fragment. Black banners, and jungle trapdoors. We'll just wait on the rest because it's a mess. First off, starting from this front light gray concrete big box, you want to take the top left light gray concrete and count right by 1 from it, plus a bamboo sign. Then at the far right here, you're going to place black banners along the top, and then also 1 more row down. Heading to the back wall, if you're on this second row up of strip birch, from the far left one, you'll count right by 1, item frame, this fragment, rotate it 5 times. From that, leave a 2-block gap going right, and on that 3rd block, birch sign. On this light gray concrete thing, it is not the far right, but 1 to the left in this middle row, it's an oak sign. And in the middle row of the light gray terracotta, you just want 2 jungle trapdoors open up against it. I have the handles facing down, although it doesn't technically matter. Clear your inventory and get out black carpet, blue carpet, red carpet, and yellow carpet. So let's start from the back here, and you want to start from this blackstone slab here at the back left. Right of it, you want to place 3 black carpet, go forward diagonally to the right by 1, right by 5, back diagonally to the right 1, and then right 3. From this row of what is 6 in total black carpet, you'll take you'll take the middle 2 actually and extend them forward by 1 each, and then you'll take the left more of those 2 and go forward diagonally to the left with a black carpet. From the mangrove slab, just right of that blackstone slab that we just ended at, you'll go back diagonally to the right with a red carpet, right 1, back diagonally to the right by 1. You want to count right by 2 and back by 1, and going forward from here, you will place 2 yellow carpet, and then a blue carpet. That will end up diagonally from that warp slab, by the way. From that blue carpet, go left 1, forward diagonally to the left by 1, forward 3, forward diagonally to the left 1, forward diagonally to the left 1, then forward with a black carpet. Take that black carpet and bring it forward diagonally to the right by 2, and then come back to that one and go left 2 and then back 2. Also from that corner there, you'll go forward diagonally to the left by 1 with black carpet, and then left 2, and you should connect into this blackstone slab. One more thing, where this bamboo slab is, you will bring it right with 2 yellow carpet, and then go back diagonally to the right with 3. And once you've done that, that's electrical complete. Now, for the roof and vents, I'll talk about the roof first. You need polished blackstone slabs, and you need cyan terracotta. On top of all of your walls, you're going to place polished blackstone slabs. Just going around. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I don't need to. Make sure each corner you do have another slab placed over that corner. Make sure each doorway and everything is open. Where you have these diagonal walls, just place directly on top of the diagonals. You don't need to do anything fancy for them. But essentially, I think this room is kind of the perfect example of what you're doing. You're doing this, basically. Now, let me find a small gap. Seems like they all kind of stretch to go everywhere. I'll just pick an area and, like, encase it off. So, once you've done that with your polished blackstone slabs, essentially, and you don't have to even do this, I'm just kind of talking about this because I do feel like it's kind of important in case you do want to copy exactly what I made. Once you have an area here, you're going to be down a row, so basically in line with the top row of the walls, and you're just going to fill in with cyan terracotta. I didn't do any of the areas where the room, or where there is not an enclosed area. I left them open. However, if you want to try to make the rough shape of the ship, feel free to look up an image. Feel free to look up an image and do attempt that. I didn't because I just didn't feel like it. I probably should have. But I was like, I'll just do the middle parts and not really worry about making the exterior of the ship. But essentially, again, this area, it's kind of like this. Now, yeah, and then you just want to do that for all your walls. Again, I'm not going to do that, but, yeah. So, for the vents, essentially, I will show you them. From the back reactor vent, which is this one, it connects to upper engine. The lower reactor vent connects to lower engine. Wow, isn't that crazy? The one in security, the one in medbay, and the one in electrical are all linked. Electrical, the place of dangers. Now, the one in admin, the one in cafeteria, and the one in the hallway here just below O2 all also connect. Top navigation connects with weapons, and bottom navigation connects with shields. And yeah, that's kind of just the rough general thing of the vents, so if you do want to make them. I apologize, I did not. But anyway, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Among Us the Skeld map complete. That was a journey, wasn't it? Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, I do plan on making the other Among Us maps, although I don't know when or like how many. I don't know if I'm making all of them or not. I plan to, but we'll see. Anyway, with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.